This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Holes!
No way.
From the Sanosi 1.5K King Studios of Arizona, UFC 281 AUTOPSY. Will Adesanya bounce back? Let's recap the entire card with the MMA Holes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome to the MMA Holes Hour. How you doing, friends? Hope everyone is wonderful. We've got a fantastical show for you tonight as we are hanging with the boys. What did I say? 1K? 3K? Sanosi Studios. You got it. Yeah, so we have a fantastical show for you guys tonight as we are recapping UFC 281. That's happening. That's going down. It's going to be glorious. 2 title fights, both switch waists, as Carla Esparza loses her belt and Israel Adesanya loses his belt as well. Pretty good card. Solid card. Some people are saying best card ever. Definitely in the top 10, I would say. It was very good. 281 pay-per-views. A lot of cards to talk about if you wanted to have that debate. But it was fun. It was a fun card. The co-main event wasn't a snoozer. Thanks to Zhang Weili. I mean, she's something else. She's very special. And watching her compete is a blessing to women's MMA. I mean, really, she is not only a fantastic striker, but her grappling is getting better and better. And it's just watching her do her thing is just so much fun. So Carla Esparza does lose the belt. Seems like she's chill. Izzy loses his belt. He's chill. Dustin Poirier chokes out Michael Chandler. I mean, so many things to talk about today, tonight, whatever time it is by you guys. Usually we're doing these streams in the morning. We went back to the old time today because we had something going on. So let's get into it. The card that happened, UFC 281, a glorious one. And I want to know in the chat, what do you think about it? What are you taking from this situation? Because I'm going to ramble about my thoughts on this card. As JBM, there have been memes on the Discord. And yeah, I guess we'll get into those later on. Pretty funny stuff. JBM very upset. JBM has been Team Izzy from day one. She has been, backing my man for a while. And she was very close to being able to rub it into everyone's face. And me, the flip-flopper with the Izzy situation, more on the side of rooting against him for no reason at all, to be honest. He really earned my respect. I mean, he's earned my respect before. We all know he's a very good middleweight champion. And he was literally, strikes away from becoming, from holding on to that belt. Now, people say it was controversial, the stoppage. After review over and over again, I saw Izzy talking about it. I heard his team said it was a good stoppage. I mean, listen, what is Izzy going to say? If I was Izzy, I would say, yeah, man, keep it going. Keep it going. In that situation, no. You saw the pictures. You saw the replay. You saw what Alex Pereira was doing to him. Listen. Live to see another day. And Izzy will be back. It's not like he's done. In the title of the stream, it says, will Izzy bounce back? Of course. Of course he's going to bounce back. He's got a tough guy over there. Alex Pereira sitting up top. If they run it back very quick, it's not going to be easy. In fact, I think Alex now will know that Izzy is going to be shooting for takedowns. So Alex is just going to sharpen up those tools. And you always have that threat. A guy that can still have that power into the later rounds. I mean, who the hell would want to fight a guy like that? Who would want to fight a guy like that? It's just incredible. You know, with Alex Pereira's done within the kickboxing world, and then now in the UFC, just charging up the rankings over there. Let's see what the chat has to say here. I said it earlier at first, but after rewatch and realize it was a good stoppage, knee would have killed him. Yeah. So, like I've said this before, I like to see fights go, right? I do like to see, the ref give the fighter the benefit of the doubt, especially in championship fights. My logic in this one here is the way Alex was punishing my man in the final round in a way where Izzy was not defending himself. And yes, he was bobbing his head back and forth. But everywhere his head went, Alex had a fist for it. And he was just getting rattled. And I'm talking bombs. Listen, if you can't defend yourself and you're just like a pinball against a fucking 4-ounce glove, no. You're going to have to do something about this. And I think they will meet again inside the octagon. There have been some really funny memes out there of Alex Pereira following Izzy wherever he goes. Izzy goes to golf, Alex follows him. Izzy goes to bowling, Alex follows him. I think that's pretty funny. If you're Adesanya, you get like, how do I get rid of this guy? I saw him a little bit on Ariel Helwani, and he was basically saying that we don't like each other. You know, it's just how it is. I don't think Alex does not like Izzy. You know, I don't think that's the case. I don't get that vibe. Now, there's a language difference, so, you know, you really can't communicate with each other. There's really not much to say, you know, and how could you relate with someone that doesn't even speak your language? It's tough. It's tricky. You know, you can have respect, and I'm sure they have respect for each other. I just don't know how Alex Pereira doesn't like Izzy. He beat him 3 times. So I think Izzy is just like, come on, man. Get this guy away from me. And when it's all said and done, when these guys ride off into the sunset, they're retired, I'm pretty sure they're going to realize, or Izzy's going to realize, that it's not like they didn't like each other. It's just this guy's the fucking monkey on my back. I can't get him off of me, you know? So Alex being the champion, Carla losing the belt. Talk to me, chat. Speak to me, peeps. The Islanders won. Very nice, very nice. Poor Frankie Edgar went out in a bad way, KO'd for his retirement fight. Yeah, it's a bummer, man. It is a bummer seeing that. Dustin Diamond ain't trying to fight. I disagree. He's not a historical dirty fighter. Circumstances. Is he building excuses? He needs to hype himself. Do you really think that? I mean, I don't know. Man, I've been watching Izzy's interviews. I think he said Mark Goddard's a good ref. He said that his team said it was a good stoppage. It's just in his mind of a champion, he felt it could keep going. I think Izzy could take it away. Like, it's kind of weird you said that, Sonosi, because like your team, Colby Covington, who makes excuses for everything to the point like where we want to vomit, and Izzy's just saying, hey, I'm a champion, give me a chance. I gotta be honest with you, like, I'm starting to really like Adesanya. Like, I really like the way he's handling this loss. I really like the way he fought. I mean, he did everything he could to win that fight. In fact, if that fight doesn't get stopped there, Izzy wins. You know, so I mean, I can't even shit on the guy. Like, I wish he handled this fight like Ronda Rousey. You know, I wish Adesanya just went out there and just complained, hit all the shows and says, fuck this. You know, I'm the real champion. I would have won that fight. They stopped it too early. You know, it's my belt, this and that. And he's just going around saying it doesn't bother me. And you know what? As I was watching right before I went live, I was like, he's fucking with the haters so bad. Like, he's not showing. I'm sure it does bother him. I mean, how does it not bother the guy? He just lost his belt. You know, it's got to bother him in some way. But I think it's driving people nuts that he's not showing it. I think it's driving people crazy. You know? I was watching, like, this guy's cool. He's calm. He's like, whatever. On to the next thing. I got good people around me. I'll watch the fight back, make adjustments or whatever, and, you know, go for it. It's a fascinating situation. Never was a Izzy hater. Never really rooted for Izzy. You know, like I said, I don't know what it is. I think the walkout was fantastic. I think that was one of the best walkouts I've ever seen. When the Saw music, I watched it back. When the Saw music was playing, he didn't have a mask on. He didn't do a stupid dance. He was just ferociously walking towards that cage. One of the fucking cool. And then Alex Pereira before that with the, like, dude, I mean, what? That was the greatest 2 walkouts in a UFC fight ever. Like, if I ever want to be in a building for something, like, that's a situation I would have loved to have been there for. Those 2 walkouts, I've been there for crazy walkouts when Conor's walked out, and the place was electric. Watching those, I got chills watching the replay. So, respect to that, man. Both of those guys were bone-chilling walkouts. I thought it was fantastic. How about when Izzy was in the cage, right? And he circles around, kind of just very close to his opponent, goes to his corner, and the da-da-da, that music's still playing, and you see Alex Pereira staring right at Izzy, and Izzy staring right at Pereira. These guys look like they want to murder each other, and Alex saying he wants to kill him. I'm going to kill you. I mean, the drama in hindsight, watching it on the replay, beautiful. It really was. We have a new champion. A lot of people that don't like Adesanya, very happy, singing and dancing in the streets, and that's what's great about the game. Because if you really hate someone, if you can't stand a fighter, they're getting punched in the face over and over again. The ref steps in and stops the fight. Belt goes on the other guy. It's the most gratifying thing to watch as a fan if you don't like a specific athlete. Everyone wins. Jesse's going to be coming on. She's going to be talking about her feelings on the aftermath of this. But I got to be honest with you. I like Izzy more now. I love Pereira. Middleweight's getting interesting. A video surfaced of Sean Strickland beating the shit out of some internet boxer. I don't know if you saw that. Make Izzy fight Strickland. How you doing, big dog? Izzy versus Strickland. We said it the night of the fight. I'm still with it. Don't run it back with Pereira. Don't do it yet. They'll meet again. For number 4. Strickland. That's the fight to make. And whatever you want to do with Pereira. You want to throw Bobby Knuckles over there? Throw Bobby Knuckles at Pereira. That's what I'm saying. Did she send the DM? I don't know. I didn't ask. I did not ask if Jesse sent Izzy the DM. Here we go. Yeah. We got a donation from D-Rest. Get loud.
MMA holes in the crowd. Come on, get loud. MMA holes in the crowd. Got MMA holes in the crowd. MMA holes in the crowd. MMA holes in the crowd.
What a sport, man. What a sport.
Death.
Death. Thank you, D-Rest. Tonight on the MMA Holes Hour, D-Rest, we'll talk about death. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the $6 donation. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
The 3K.
Wonderful.
King Sunosi.
I will give you this. Izzy not being a biatch. I admit I'm taking my joy in demoralizing Izzy nut huggers.
And fair enough. I mean, listen, like, I never hated Izzy to the point, like, it's just too easy for me to rub it into Jess. I never hated him like that. In fact, I don't hate Izzy. I kind of like Izzy. I don't hate him. I don't relate to him, so it's tough for me to root for him when he competes, but I respect the guy. And, I mean, the game plan with Pereira, I mean, he almost won. He almost did it. But just nuts. You think about his last fight with Pereira, how he's winning that fight, he gets knocked out. This fight over here, the TKO, it's like, damn, man. There's just some guys that just got your number. Mohad rips Izzy enough for all of us. Did he? What was that, the cartoon guy, right? I didn't see it, but I'm sure he had a good time with it. Do you think Pereira could defend his belt? Of course. Of course. Let's look at the rankings over here. The thing with Pereira, what is he, 35 years old? So that is something that you're going to have to start taking into consideration, right? It's not like he's the youngest, and, I mean, at least he's still a little green with the UFC. It's crazy what Pereira did. Like, when you're the fast pass to Izzy and then finishing him, like, it's pretty wild. So they didn't change the rankings up here. I mean, Vittori, no. Let's see. Cannonier, no. Does Blonde Brunson make a... I mean, You got to think, all of these guys at middleweight now, we've been refreshed. You know, there's a complete reset right now. All these guys that Izzy just took care of have been knocked around. Like the only guy that Izzy really didn't play around with is a guy like Strickland, right? So I think it's like a no-brainer. Izzy, Strickland, a Whitaker versus Pereira. By the way, Robert Whitaker versus Pereira, I want to see that I'd rather see that than Izzy Pereira. Maybe I'm crazy. But Bobby Knuckles versus Alex Pereira, that's not a lock for Alex. I think Whitaker has a damn good shot in that fight. I think he has a damn good shot in that fight. And then I see KHAMZAT in the chat. Listen, KHAMZAT doesn't know what weight class he's at, right? I'm not going to entertain the KHAMZAT thing until KHAMZAT gets locked up with a fight. I just can't. We're in limbo. 1 minute he wants Covington, next minute he wants the middleweight belt. It's like, bro, I like KHAMZAT. Big KHAMZAT fan. But let's just pump the brakes. You just missed weight by about 10 pounds. You know, so like, where are we going? Bo Nickel. The Bo experiment, it's going to take a little bit, you know. They're gonna slow burn him up to the top, especially when you got a guy like Alex Pereira up there. I think they would have fast-tracked it some more if Izzy won. KHAMZAT hasn't done Fukel at 185. Yeah, it's true. Like, I know he's one of the top guys at welterweight, even though he got a fast pass there. It would be weird to have him bypass and fight for a title at middleweight. But we shall see. What about Pereira getting rocked in the first? At the end of the round, he did get saved by the belt. That is true, Dominic Reyes. Sorry about Saturday. That is true. The first round, Izzy almost took out Pereira. In the first round of action. Another thing to take into consideration, apparently the leg kicks that happened. Izzy got hit with a leg kick that kind of messed him up for the fight. I forgot what that nerve is called. But I think it's the same nerve that hit O'Malley's leg. A lot of guys get hit with it and they're kind of messed up the rest of the fight. So they were going leg kick for leg kick in that first round, and whatever Pereira hit him with worked. Izzy stumbled down at one point, got back up. It did. We mentioned it during the live reaction, and it in fact did. He was dealing with an injury with that. So the leg kicks went in favor of Pereira. Very nice job by Pereira taking out the legs. But even though he took out the legs, Izzy adjusted. He took him down. Even after, like, think about this. This is how you know Izzy's a champion. When Michael Chandler fought Oliveira in that first round, Chandler was this close to finishing Oliveira and taking that belt. And knew. What happens? Oliveira gets out of the round and finishes him. Right? In this situation, Izzy was this close to defending that belt and finishing the boogeyman that's beaten him 2 times before. This close. You would have to think going into a second round, you might be emotionally drained right there because, damn, he was saved by the bell. Izzy continues with the game plan, fights through an injury, takes the man down, and was this close. I mean, listen, that 5th round, that sequence that happened. How about Izzy's chin? How about that? He got hit with the left multiple times. Face went sideways, inside out, and he was still standing. By the way, the play-by-play that I did for this sequence, people are like, he didn't get knocked down. He got dropped on a knee and got back up quick. He did. Now, he didn't get like completely knocked down. Help me! You know, he didn't do that. He went down and up. He went right back up and then started with his, you know, bobbing back and forth, getting battered around. But he's got a chin. I mean, he does. I know he's been knocked out by Alex before the UFC. He's got a chin. He's got a chin. Alex was battering him around. And who knows? Who knows? Like I said, I think it was a good stop. But who knows if that kept going? Alex punches himself out. Izzy gets a takedown. Or it could go the other way. Alex says, okay, the punches aren't working. I'm going to drill my knee through his head, which probably was the more likely option. But still, fascinating fight, fun fight. You take a lot. You look at the heart of Alex Pereira, a champion that he could lose every single round. and just knock you out in the 5th at middleweight is fun. A lot of these power guys, the power doesn't transfer that late into the championship rounds. Alex Pereira, it's there. So much fun, man. So much fun to watch this kid fight. Come on! Come on! Let's go! $100 death donation. What? What? What?
Death.
What? People ask, what does the D stand for in rest and D-rest? It stands for death. Death rest. D-E-T-H. Death rest. Thank you, D-rest, man. You're the man. You're the man. You know, it's funny. People say, what would you do without this guy? What would you do without that guy? Listen, what would I do without any of you guys? Keeping the show going and flowing. It's not just about the Synoses and the D-rest and the her. It's about everybody that drops those donations over to this channel. Everyone that supports the show. Thank you, D-Rest, man. Appreciate that. You are the fucking man. You're the man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you for a Monday night death donation.
Wonderful,
Death.
wonderful.
I know too.
In South America we have a saying called murderous death gaze, and Alex has it. It's a killer Hebrew look in the eyes. Hebrews are the most savage of savage when it comes to tribes. If you ever ran face to face with that gaze, you better run.
I know. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And we have seen his soft side as well. We saw on the internet him trolling around and joking around. It's weird. That switch that flips in that man and Alex Pereira, that's something special. That's something really, really special. Love the fact that he's training with Glover. I would imagine that Glover is going to keep on tightening up his takedown defense and ways to get back up to the feet. And who knows, you may see in the near future Pereira shooting for takedowns on some of these fighters. But I love the fact that the middleweight division's shooken up. I do. That's one thing that I really like about this. I like that Izzy's handling it well. You know, it's a win for everybody, I think. Now, if you're an Izzy fan, you got to hang your hat on the fact that the guy was very close to winning that fight. It's kind of like the Kamaru Usman situation. You know, they were winning. They were winning the fight. So Izzy's still a G. He's still got stuff left in the gas tank, and I feel that he's going to still fight for that belt in the near future. I just don't want to see it next. I understand why people would want to run it back because Izzy cleaned out the whole division. He deserves it. But as I am a fan, what I want to see, because that's what it's all about here, I want to see Izzy versus Strickland. Tune up against Sean Strickland. The press conference, the lead-ups would be great. And the man that should face Alex Pereira is right over here. His name, Bobby Knuckles. Let me know in the chat what you think. What is next for the middleweight champ and the gentleman that just lost his strap? You all beats Alex. Alex is a barbarian. It's the fall of the Nigerian champs. Yeah, I know. The Wakanda thing. Like, do you think that Ngannou's next? Same here, says Sean. I'm sure Glover is going to help Pereira tighten his sphincter in case Izzy does more takedowns in a rematch. Of course. I'm only here to fulfill my contractual obligations. Thank you for being here for that. Appreciate that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Lord Sadosi.
I mentioned this in the Discord. Have you noticed the MMA gods curse anyone trying to snatch Anderson Silva records? Also, will Santanosai get calls tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to open up the phone lines tonight. No saves. I mean, D-Rest just dropped a $100 donation. I mean, how could I not open them up? Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that, Sonosi. Yeah, The curse of breaking the Spider's record. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy doing what Anderson did. Is he going to need a full cycle and 2 balloon tits? By the way, that, if Kaidoto, I think he's still in the chat, right? That meme of the guy squatting by I'm going to show the Discord memes too, and if I forget as we're going along, just remind me in the chat as the show progresses. I do want to show the memes. There's one where the guy, you know that meme where the guy's squatting by the tombstone, and they usually put on the tombstone the guy that got murdered, and then the winner they put on this guy. Kainoto put the boob in the he put a boob coming out of the dirt. I was fucking laughing. I don't know, Kainoto, for some reason he understands. He understands how it works. I don't know. He tickles my funny bone when it comes to the memes. Maybe it's not funny to anyone else, but I think it's hilarious. By the way, it looked like I killed when we put it on social. Looked like people loved it. The guy that put the Carla Esparza on Twitter, the night of the fights, called her a guitar pick head, and then we just started making a bunch of like triangular jokes about the shape of her face, and listen, we're not trying to just shit on Carla. Like maybe it might come across like that, but that's not the case. I like Carla Esparza, but it just so happens her face is shaped like that, so we're just making, like it just looks like it, just looks like it. So we put it on here, and there's Carla fighting Zhang Weili. This didn't really last too long. But when you scroll over... Wait, why can't I scroll over? What the fuck? Oh, that's weird. So on desktop, you can't scroll to the next picture? Well, people are probably not going to get this then. I guess you got to just look on your phone. Why is it not... Hold on. What the fuck? Well, if you are looking on your phone, scroll over to the next picture. For some reason, it's not letting me scroll over. That's a bummer. People are probably like, what the fuck? What is this? Why did they put that picture up? Anyway. Go check it out for yourself. You know what we're talking about.
Super chat.
Fight Sports Talk.
Got the pick right, but not the round. Both guys can make improvements. The Reaper versus Alex I think is fair. Israel had a free shot at 205 shot.
Exactly. Yeah, they both do have to work to do. And a loss like this is not the worst thing to happen to Adesanya because it is a guy that beat him twice. So I think that's another reason. Izzy's been here before. I'm sure it burns. It drives him nuts, like internally. And when he watches back the fight, he's probably like, damn, I should have done this. Damn, I should have done that. But he already lost to this guy twice. He got knocked out in the last one by him. So this is not the first rodeo. He's still on the top. He's cleaned everyone out in that division. So it's super easy to get right back in play. So it's not the end of the world for Izzy. When it comes to Pereira, he's got to look at this fight and say, okay, people can start grappling me. If Izzy's taking me down, what is KHAMZAT? What is Bo Nickel? What is any of these guys? Even like the Vittoris and the Derek Brunsons. I don't think are much problems for this guy. I think this guy's power is just too much. But still, they're going to all try to take this guy down. That's what they're going to do. You see a big dude like that, which Sean Strickland should have done. Take the fucking dude down. So everyone's going to be going for that. Everyone is going to be just shooting for the legs. And it's kind of scary to think about. With this guy's power, knees, uppercuts, whatever. You don't want to get clipped by this guy. Dorito Head Esparza. Let's see. Oh my golly, it's Brendan Schaub. Izzy was shook, bro. I wish I had a bag of Cool Ranch. I just demolished Jesse's bag of Cool Ranch. We got to buy another bag. I had the munchies the other night. Played a little God of War. Tore through that bag in a way that I shouldn't have. Luke Rockhold said he was coming back after Izzy lost. I think he is coming back. I know people think he should stay hung up, but I think he should come back after that last fight. That was great. AP is going to run the goddamn table. I do want to... I spoke about Rumble Johnson on the gaming stream, and do want to just say a couple things about Rumble Johnson, who, if you don't know, passed away. And it does look like it was a lymphoma and all that stuff, and he was going through some crazy stuff. It's crazy because he fought not that long ago. But Elias Theodoro and losing Rumble Johnson, This has been a really weird time. Really, really weird time. Rumble seemed like such a cool dude, too. And, like, I was going through his resume, and the guys that he slept. Like, man, what an exciting athlete Rumble was, right? Yeah, drop those rest in peace Rumbles. You know, like, I have this weird thing about mortality. I talk to Jesse about this all the time. I got the tattoo, you know, the full of life, you know, charged battery over here, because it's just like, you know, sometimes you just got to remind yourself. Sometimes you just got to fucking remind yourself to just enjoy every single moment. Nothing's guaranteed in life. Nothing. And the fact that Rumble has passed away is just, it's just super sad. Super, super sad. So let's the MMA Holes in the chat. How about a big rest in peace Rumble over there? So much fun to watch fight. Seemed like a sweetheart of a human being. And may he rest in paradise. And then you got the knucklehead that says, don't take the vax. You got that guy. You know, he's having health issues before that. But it complications, right? The vax did everything. It's not, it's always, you got to squeeze into the, you got to squeeze it in. Rest in peace, Daniel Cormier. Yeah. So Rumble is gone.
Super chat.
I wear makeup and people call me gay. Alex does it and he's a warrior. Rolling eyes face.
Thank you. Be certain with the $9.99 donation. Thank you. Might be a different kind of makeup. It bums me out because Izzy's best walkout, his best walkout, I don't care what anyone says. That walkout was, I could watch that over and over again. I'm a big horror movie fan. And seeing him walking out to the Saw song, it was just fucking awesome. And then them staring at each other in the cage. I was like, come on, feed this to me. So good. And it's just wasted, you know? He lost the fight. Conor McGregor walked out to El Chapo. And that was a pretty iconic walkout because he changed it up from the Biggie. You know, I was a little nervous because of superstition reasons. And then I wound up having a right to be nervous. But the Nate Diaz fight, when he was supposed to fight RDA, he walks out, UFC 196, and El Chapo's playing, and the bass is booming, the crowd's roaring, he's coming out like a fucking badass. It was like, what walkout to you was such a waste of a walkout? You know, in the UFC, they don't really allow much, but right off the bat, like I think of that Conor walkout with El Chapo, I think about the Izzy walkout with the Saw thing that just happened, and it's just like, damn, man, I hope he goes back to that well. I hope he walks out to that song again because it was so good. Michael Fishhook Chandler. All right, let's talk about the rest of the fights over here. Let's talk about the rest of the situation. And we will open up some phone lines, so make sure you smash the like button. Did you hit the like button yet? I mean, what the heck is going on here? Bash up that like button if you haven't done so yet. On a Monday night, 87 likes or 200 people watching. What the? Come on. Come on. You can do better than that. Oh, my God. That is weak sauce, man. I know it's Monday, but geez. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Give thanks. Hit the like button. What are we doing? Okay, here we go. Let's go to the event that just happened. UFC 281. By the way, this weekend, Lewis versus Spivak. A little early. We'll be reacting on Saturday. And then you got Wonderboy versus Kevin Holland headlining a card. December 3rd. Yuri versus Glover. I mean, let's go. Damn, man. We aren't stopping here. Right into, these are pretty good. Decent headliners for fight nights. And then a banger rematch here, Glover and Yuri. I tell you what, I kind of like Glover. I liked Glover getting that strap. I picked him. Then I went to Yuri. Yuri wins. I think I'm going to move back over to Glover for the rematch. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to go crazy, man. I know people are probably like, what are you doing? Are you serious? But I don't know. I kind of like it right now. Where we stand right now, I like it. All right, so, by the way, let's give a round of applause to my mysticalness. I mean, once again, plus money, Mystical Moss. Once again, plus money, Mystical Moss. Come on, guys. Stick with me, kids. I see these guys, these gambling advice people that have YouTube channels, and they're crying about fucking up their picks and this and that. And I'm like, guys, stop with the parlays and props. Like, everything they're fucking up is their parlays and props. Stop it. Bet straight up, slow and steady, win the race, plus money is the way to go. That's what I say over here. I got 2 out of the 3 correct. I don't even know what I was thinking when I went against Dan Hooker. That was a big brain fart, but I got my Pereira win, and I got my Dustin Poirier win. But Dustin Poirier, how about this guy? Not only does he beat Chandler, he submits him. And I said finish in the 3rd round. I thought it was going to be a TKO. I have to be honest with you. I'm just the best. Another 3rd round finish, a prediction by Mystical Moss. I mean, I'm starting to think that I might be from another planet. I might have some sort of magical powers. I might be from the Marvel universe. Maybe this is my superpower in predictions and winning people money. Maybe that's what I'm about. But Poirier gets the win, 3rd round over Chandler. And Eddie Alvarez does a call out. And normally I would just laugh and be like, what is that? But he says, let's run it back a 3rd time. And I see this post, and I'm looking at it. And if I would have read this post before the Poirier fight, I would be like, come on, stop it. No, you're done. You're out of the UFC. You haven't really looked that great now. But reading this post this fight against Dustin Poirier, I say the UFC should have Eddie Alvarez come back for 1 fight. 1 fight against Michael Chandler. Trilogy fight. And if you missed the Eddie Alvarez-Michael Chandler fights in Bellator, go watch it back. Bangers. 1 fight, throw those 2 animals in a cage again. Winner stays in the UFC. That's what I think should be on the line. Let me know in the chat what you think. Michael Chandler, Eddie Alvarez. Bring back the former UFC champ. Throw him in the octagon. Lock him in a cage together. Winner stays in the UFC. Now, I'm not talking like 7-fight contract afterwards. But winner stays in the UFC. Eddie's been running his mouth. Michael Chandler taking another hit, another blemish on his resume. But here's the thing with Michael Chandler. He's a very frustrating guy. And how you doing, Rap Legend, in the chat? He's a very frustrating guy to watch if you want him to win a belt. If you want Michael Chandler to win that strap, if you're one of those knuckleheads running around, he's going to knock everyone out. His power, his this, his that. You got to listen to Mystical Moss. I'll talk some sense into you before the fights and after the fights. Michael Chandler is a guy, just like Justin Gaethje, that I will watch every fight. I will be glued to my seat or jumping up in the air. I'll be screaming and yelling. I'll be all pumped up because it's always a fire fight. I love watching the guy fight. But how could you not be frustrated with a guy with this much talent? How could he not keep his composure and utilize the tools that he has to win fights? Sometimes you got to take your foot off the gas. Sometimes you got to stop entertaining. And if Michael Chandler stuck to grappling and wrestling in the very beginning and avoided the unnecessary damage that happened, and yes, he did hurt Dustin. There was a point in that first round that Dustin said he couldn't see. So Chandler, once again, was this close to getting a massive win in the UFC. But he's 0 for 2 in those scenarios. You got the power. You got the grappling. Stick to a game plan. Fight IQ. Don't let your emotions run wild. I know you're in MSG. Time's ticking, man. You're pushing 40. It's a waste of talent with Michael Chandler. It's a waste. You know, yes, it's exciting. And listen, I'm shoving the popcorn in my face. I'm enjoying it. But if you truly want to see Chandler win a belt, which he could do, Michael Chandler could be a UFC champion. We've seen enough to say, yes, it's possible. It's just he's got to tighten up the intelligence, the game plan. He could have beat Dustin Poirier. But Dustin was way smarter, just like I said pre-fight. He's a fantastic boxer. And oh yeah, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He fucking submitted Chandler in the final round. Chandler was doing anything he could. Gouging, fish hooking, blowing his nose with snot boogers and just blowing it all over Poirier's face. He did everything he could to win this fight instead of use his brain. He used his heart. And listen, it's fun to watch. I love it. But if you want to see him be a UFC champion, it will never happen fighting like this. And I got to be honest with you. I see like beat Islam how, this and that. Listen, of course, I pick Islam over everyone at 155. But if you have a smarter Michael Chandler, it's different. It's different. You know, like you have a shot. Not saying it's a guaranteed lock, but you have a shot. A smarter Michael Chandler would have beaten Charles Oliveira, excuse me. Definitely Alex Oliveira. Charles Oliveira. He would have beat him. He would have beat Charles. So, you know, we shall see what happens. But now, because of the mistakes, the brain farts that Michael Chandler has made, Meathead Mike, now we must punish him and bring back Eddie Alvarez, which a fight that Michael should win. I mean, I would take Michael all day over Eddie in the trilogy fight. But I say Eddie Alvarez, come back. Winner stays in the UFC. It's a fun storyline. Let's go. Let me know in the chat what you think about the Michael Chandler situation. Dustin Poirier. Come on. Come on! Death rest! Death rest! Death rest! Stop! Death rest!
Death guaranteed.
Guaranteed! Death rest with another $100 donation. What? What? Drop the death in the chat. Death in the chat. DETH. Guaranteed. Another $100. Death, 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 death. Wow. Wow. Man, oh man. Dude, thank you, man.
Super chat.
D-Rest. Holy cow.
Poirier is such a stud. Very naughty fishhook and bloody snot rockets from Chandler. He likes the Dariush fight, never ducks anyone. R.I.P. Rumble.
You know, yeah, that is yeah, rest in peace, Rumble. Thank you so much. Fight Sport Talk for the $5 donation. And yeah, Dustin Poirier, that's a badass call out, right? What is they say, hey, Dustin, what's next? He says Dariush. Like the most unsexy, like, matchup, right? Yes, Dariush deserves it. But as a fan, you know, like, really, Dariush? Like, I mean, you're in position, again, hey, I want to fight for the belt. Give me Makhachev. Give me this. Give me that. He says Dariush. It's badass. That's badass by DP. So, all right, sign me up. I'm in. Dustin versus Dariush. Send him the contracts. I can't believe how talented he is with the songs and production. You're the man. Thank you, Jason Beck. Appreciate that. Dariush is the right call. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Listen, another guy I've been hard on, Dustin Poirier. Yet I picked him in this fight because I do realize how good he is. But Dustin Poirier in this fight made me like him even more. It's this UFC 281 card. It made me like fighters that I wasn't necessarily like through the roof about. Like I didn't care too much about. Whereas Izzy, I respected the guy, picked him in a lot of fights, and this one I didn't. But I respect him a lot more. Dustin Poirier. I picked almost exactly how he would finish Chandler in this fight. But just the way he handled this thing. I respect him more, especially going through the crazy snot rocket of blood into his face. You know, the fish hooking and all that crazy stuff. Poirier winds up finishing Chandler after all that stuff. Weathering the storm of the first round. Poirier's a G. You're going to miss guys like Poirier when he's not fighting anymore. Calls out Dariush. Okay. It's pretty, I mean, 281, it was pretty impressive. Now, how did the pay-per-view buys go? Not good. Guaranteed. Not good. I looked at my ESPN Plus link thing, and I was like, oh, my God, no one bought this shit. No one bought UFC 281. I'd be surprised. I'd be shocked if they released those numbers. But they broke all the records. UFC broke all the records. Once again.
Super chat.
Chandler's stand-up defense is hoping you tire yourself out while punching him in the face.
It's true. That is true. Be certain. Thank you for the 999. 999. Thank you. Hey, you guys have been fucking fired up. Maybe we should go back to evenings, man. You guys are fucking donating. Do we go back to evenings? Shit. Maybe once a month. Maybe after pay-per-views, we go back to evenings. Not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do morning shows after regular events, and then the night show will come back after pay-per-views. Maybe. Only MMA channel with Dragons. That is correct. So let's talk about the co-main event a little bit here, because I feel like I didn't give it enough love. But before we get into the co-main event, let me give a shout out to the sponsors. CBDX.com. The promo code is MMAHOLES for 20% off the finest of Delta 8 THC products. HHC. You can get all that. You could just get high. I got high the other night playing my God of War, and it was actually, it enhanced the experience. I got a little goofballish, but it was fun. A lot of fun. Ate a whole bag of Cool Ranch Doritos. If you want to eat a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos because you got the munchies, check out CBDX.com. 20% off. Promo code MMAHOLES. You must be 21 plus or older to purchase. And you get a free gift by using our code in your first order. So check out CBDX.com. I am way too big of a fan of this product. It's a problem. Use promo code MMAHOLES for mybookie.ag. That is the website, mybookie.ag. Be like Mystical Moss and just get the plus money. You know what I'm saying? Plus money Moss. And you'll receive 100% match in your first deposit. So that's a rollover situation over there. Doesn't matter. I'll get you rollover money because that's what I do over here on Mystic Moss. MMAHOLES, mybookie.ag. Check it out. Check out the website. Use the promo code. Win the money and thank me later. Sheath Underwear. Best undies in the game over here. Sheath Underwear has an optional pouch in the front where you can shove your dick in it. It's pretty cool. You might think that's a little crazy. You don't even have to use the pouch, but if you do, you can separate the balls from the rest of the body. It sounds insane. Try it out for yourself. They even said if you do not like this underwear, they'll send you your money back. They stand by their product. I think it's the best underwear I've ever wore, whether you use the pouch or you don't use the pouch. Very comfortable. 20% off. Promo code MMAHOLES. The holidays are right around the corner. I promise you, it could be a good gag gift, or it could be a gift that people didn't really notice that they needed. They didn't know they needed this. You could be that person to give it, to change their lives. Sheath Underwear, MMAHOLES. Link in the description. Head Rush. Another gift you can give to the people out there. Beautiful clothing over there at Head Rush. They support the fighters. They support the MMA holes. And they just so happen to have some really nice clothing over there. So shirts, the hoodies, the hats, the tank tops, whatever you want to get. Check it out. Head Rush. Links are in the description. And the promo code is MMAHOLES for 20% off. And to those of you who actually do buy pay-per-views or want to see the Contender Series or any of that other stuff, ESPN Plus, use our link. We have it in our link tree down below in the description. You click on the link tree, you can find the ESPN Plus link and all our other links there as well. But click on it, and we get a little commissione. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Give me that stank breath.
Oh, yeah.
Give me that stank breath. Give me that stank breath. Oh, yeah. Give me that stank breath. Give me that stank breath. Stank breath.
A very underutilized donation.
Sure, best TFU. Evenings. Been missing a bunch of Monday shows live. I think after big PPVS would be WW.
Okay. I like it. Thank you for the feedback. Appreciate it. I know a lot of people want us to continue the what's it called? The night shows. So I'm thinking, yeah, after pay-per-views might be a good idea. We switch those to night shows. Might get a little confusing, but so day shows for regular. Okay, I like that. I don't mind that. Switches it up for us too. Thank you so much, B-Man. Appreciate that. Yeah, Stank Breath. I don't understand. That's like one of our best donations. Pringles Barbecue is a banger. I don't see the Meth Streams Plus link. Meth Streams. What the fuck are you talking about? I loathe Adesanya. Are you talking about CBDX? Is that what you're talking about? CBDX.com is the website. If that's I don't know if that's a joke you mean. I loathe Adesanya, but believe that he will win his belt back. There are way too many holes in Pereira's fighting style, says FEMA. I mean, yeah, think about it. If it wasn't for that little sequence in the 5th round, Pereira's losing. You look at the scorecards. We showed it the night of. And by the way, we've been killing it, man. Our fight buddies have been destroying other channels, like destroying everybody. So shout out to the people that tune into our fight buddies. Thank you for stopping by for that. It's good to know that we're just like the top fucking dogs still after 6 years. Looking at the scorecards over here, yeah, even if Izzy loses that final round, all the judges only had Pereira winning 1 round. That's round 2. All the judges. Now, I had it split. I was in the minority. Could have been a little biased because I had money on the fight. But I think, I don't know. I had it split going into the 5th. But I don't disagree. Like, I don't go crazy over these scores over here because honestly, yeah, Izzy probably was winning that fight. You know, he did do better. There's no doubt about it. The takedowns helped out tremendously. He almost knocked him out in the 1st round. Yeah, he won 3 of the 4 rounds. And going into the 5th one here, all he had to do was run. All he had to do was run. And just like Kamaru, all you had to do was trot around that cage. Done. Your belt's still around your waist. Everything stays the same. Pay-per-view buys, pay-per-view points. You're getting it all. All you had to do was run. So respect to Izzy. Some people said he had no. It doesn't matter. He couldn't run. Alex would have caught him or whatever. Yes, he could have. Yes, he could have. He could have turned his back and started fucking trotting around that cage and fucking around, in and out, leg kicks. You know, he could have played the game. He could have played that game, but he didn't. He fought. So credit to Izzy. Didn't pay off. Alex gets the win. And yes, in another fight, in a rematch in the Octagon, a 4th fight overall, yes, you could say Izzy wins. You could say, you can make the argument. I probably would pick Pereira again, though. I probably would. And here's why I would do that. At this stage of the game, I'd probably pick Pereira because I think Pereira's going to get better, too. I think he's going to tighten some things up, you know, fix some of his mistakes. When you have that kind of power that could transfer over into the 5th round, I got to pick him all the time. And he's inside Izzy's head. I mean, he is living rent-free inside of the last Stylebender's head. There's no doubt about it. So I would have to keep on picking the guy against Izzy. Woo!
You hear that jam?
I do, yeah. Yeah.
Autocorrect Shaub STFU. My phone has AIDS.
Thank you. Oh, you didn't mean to do stank breath. Thank you, B-Man. Thank you. There's the shot. Such a wonderful, wonderful donation. Love that. Thank you so much, man. Hey, shout out to the people hitting the donations today. Appreciate that. Very nice of you guys and gals for doing this. By the way, next week, we got some bonus streams going on. We got the Thanksgiving stream, the prep stream. Is happening once again, where you get intimate with the MMA holes. The prepperooski happens. What it took you so long?
My brother called.
Your brother called? What the?
William.
Doesn't William know that we do this?
I'm sorry.
Like, what the hell kind of family? You just had a family conversation. People are waiting for your opinion. I mean, this is a show where you are supposed to be in attendance here, Jess.
Sorry.
So what do you think about this? We were talking. We're going late tonight, guys. So I hope you guys are wide awake, because we're going to go deep into the evening. We're going to take some phone calls. Monday shows, we'll stick to the day shows, but after pay-per-view night. What do you think?
Doing it at night?
Yeah. I mean, people are donating like crazy, and they're a little more fired up, you know? What do you think?
I guess that's entirely up to you, since you're the one who's going to be doing most of the streams. So
okay.
I guess it's all up to you.
All right. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. First off, the Carla Esparza fight, not much to say. Carla Esparza lost her belt. What can I say about it? Zhang Weili won. I'm not surprised. I wanted to pick Carla. I was trying to find ways to do it. I couldn't pull the trigger, and I'm glad I didn't. Zhang destroyed her on the feet, on the ground. Easy work. Submission. Carla, everyone else, I can make an argument how Carla could win. Boris with a decision, grapple fuck, hump, whatever. But Zhang Weili is surging to the top as one of my favorite female fighters. She makes it so exciting to watch, and I'm very happy she got the job done. And I'm sure the UFC is too, because now you got China with the champion. Jess, what do you think about Zhang?
Exactly what I expected, Moss. I didn't expect anything less, but I have to be honest, I wasn't too thrilled about this fight going into it.
Wait.
I know I should have been.
No, I'm saying, yeah, a lot of people were like that, but what after?
What do you mean after? I don't know. I don't even know if I did. No, I didn't watch. Yes, I did watch this one. It was forgettable.
Come on. Stop it.
I couldn't even remember if I watched it.
She got submitted.
That's forgettable.
Stop. Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I was so focused on
maybe Izzy, okay.
That I didn't give a fuck about this fight.
Wow.
I'm not saying it wasn't a good fight, but I just didn't care.
Okay. Well, all right. So let's talk about it. I was going to try to talk about the co-main event. Is Rose next? I hope not. They're talking about, perhaps, super fight, Shevchenko situation. Talking about that. I don't know. Let's look at the rankings over here. Let me see if I haven't really given it much thought. This is I'm just happy that Esparza got the job done. I mean, not Esparza, excuse me. Zhang got the job done. Happy about that. I don't know why I said Esparza. But, okay, so Zhang is the champ now. I mean, Rose is number one. It's just, fuck. God, these weight classes suck. Oh, my God. Rodriguez just lost. Oof. You know what? You're going to have no choice. You're going to have these fights kind of play themselves out here. And I think Shevchenko versus Zhang, you have to do it. I think you just have to do it. Even 125 is messy. You got to do it. Yeah, you have to. You have to put it together. It's just there's no person that you're okay, this person deserves a shot.
But do you care?
I got to pretend I do, Jess. God. Oh, you know what? I do. I hope Zhang beats the fuck out of Shevchenko. Yes, I do care. I know that's probably not going to happen. Yes, but if Zhang Weili beats the living shit out of she might be too small. Let's see. Zhang Weili is what? She might be too small. She's 5'4". How big is Shevchenko?
Well, Volkanovski is a prime example of height.
She's really
not
tiny.
Mattering. Do you have chapstick?
No, I couldn't find it. Why am I on caps lock? Yeah, I think that's a fight. Nunes versus Valentina 3. Dude, Dana's retarded strength. Get the hell out of my chat. If you ever say something so horrific like that, do you watch the first two fights? They were so bad. Why would you want to subject yourself to that bullshit again?
Hand me that oatmeal.
How dare you? How dare you say something like that? Oh, she's only 5'5". Okay, so she's not that much taller. What's her reach? We'll talk about it. I think this is the fight. Shevchenko, Zhang. Yeah, I don't like to just throw super fights together just to throw them together, but this kind of makes sense. There's no number one contender that really throws shit. Oh my God. To the MMA gods, if you're listening, I want Shevchenko to lose to Zhang Weili. I know a lot of people like Shevchenko.
Why don't you like her?
I can't stand her. I don't know why. I don't know. It's yeah. I don't know. I just can't do it. Zhang Weili, I like. Zhang Weili, take out the bullet. Piss everyone off. All the Shevchenko stands. Piss them off. Please, China, get the win. Let's go. I don't care what anyone says, Jesse. Screw you, D. Brown. Valentina could catch an L. Who would you root for in that fight?
It's tough because I really don't mind Shevchenko. I think Shevchenko's legit.
She drives me nuts. I don't know why.
But as far as excitement is concerned, I'd probably go in favor of Zhang.
Shevchenko's very good. She's very good, but she looks beatable now. And it would be you think it'd be a shit fight? I don't think so. I don't think so. With Zhang's not the type of girl. I mean, even if it hits the ground, Shevchenko's very good on the ground too. So watching those two rolling around like two fucking feral cats, and then like on the feet, like I'm just picturing bouncing up to the feet, and Shevchenko, yeah, that's stupid, yeah, you know, and Zhang goes, Hata! Okay, let's get to now that we got that out of the way. Let's get to the elephant in the room, Jess. The reason why we need you here.
Okay, before we get into it, can I get my water because I left it down?
All right, get your water and bring a tissue box too. Okay, we're gonna get if you just jumped in, you got here just at the right time. Just at the right time with Jesse being here. And let me show a couple of memes to just wet your whistle, get you excited. If you are an Israel Adesanya hater, now you heard what I had to say. I'm probably disappointed. I'm probably disappointed because I actually have more respect for Izzy now. I don't dislike Izzy. I actually like him more after this fight. So I probably ruined your night. But you have a chance. You have a chance right now to let her have it. Okay? Jesse reacted in a way that was very emotional. It was something. I'm just going to have to show you. So I'm going to go to the memes department. Shout out to the memers, the MMA Hole memers. Okay, looks like you've been very active. See, I like the actual MMA Hole memes. I think you guys do better memes than the ones found on Reddit. Like, I'm just scrolling through right now. Like, there's some on Reddit that are funny, but I still think that you guys do better memes. Like, Kainoto, I think, blows them all away. Okay, so there's so many. All right, so here's one. Okay, here's one over here. Jesse, what was going through your mind in this picture when you sit next to that
Are we
nice...
going to do this for every one of these stupid fucking things?
What? What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
I mean, I don't know. It looks like you're upset. Okay, there's a couple. We'll show the other ones in a little. What about this one over here? This one we got in a little hot water on social media about, so I don't know how long I could show this one over here. But what was your reaction when you saw
We did?
5, yeah, I'll talk about it later. 5 guys looking to do naughty things to Izzy on the couch. Okay. What about this when they froze him like Han Solo and you stood there with the rest of the Star Wars characters? Mm-hmm. No. How did you react? What about this one over here when Izzy fell and you made this weird face? Is it like a face that I would... No,
that one's funny.
Thank you. Fucking Kainoto. I mean, I swear to God, quit your job and become a professional meme maker. Those are fucking hilarious. All right, Jess. So the fight happens. I'll even show this too for the people that weren't there. You know, we got to get everyone, you know, caught up on the saga.
Oh, thanks, that one, girl.
Okay, so here.
Photographed so well.
Okay. Jessie sniffing her hands. Chris going full retard. What is going through your head here? Like what?
A lot was going through my head.
It looks like you saw someone get murdered in front of you. Like
I felt like I watched someone I loved
get
murdered in front of me.
Yeah, people are making comments like, if you acted like this during a UFC fight, like how would you actually react if something... Well, we saw that your reaction when you thought I threw the baby down the stairs. So you are a very emotional human being, right? You like to show your emotions.
Well, when you prank me and make me think that you threw my baby over a balcony, that's like a way different.
Yeah, but she could take that flight of stairs. No big deal. You know, in this situation, this is a UFC fight, right, Jack? Oh, it's a beautiful moment. I like how you look down over here, though. Like, you're looking down like, please don't hit the carnage. Right?
I don't know what I was thinking in this moment. I didn't even care what you were doing.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. Please don't hit the carnage. Don't. All right, Jess. So the fight happens. First of all, on record, you said at the night of, it was a good stoppage. In hindsight, do you still think it was a good stoppage or what?
The stoppage was fine, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with how the whole thing played out.
What does that mean?
Like, I don't really know how to put it. Like, the stoppage, I agree. Like, all right, he was gonna die in there, so, you know, I mean, what are you gonna do? But, like, I just feel like that shouldn't have happened. Does that make sense? Like,
Nope.
It just wasn't supposed to happen.
So you think it was a good stop, but you think that wasn't supposed to happen?
It wasn't supposed to happen.
Okay. So Izzy did reveal that one of those leg kicks earlier in the fight hit that nerve in your leg that
You
kind of
could
screwed
see
him up.
him. Yeah, you could see him, like...
But he still continued. He started
Yeah.
to wrestle. Izzy Nurmagomedov came out. We got to see that side of him. Very resilient. You saw him almost knock out Pereira in the first round. What'd you think there?
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, Izzy's got this. 1,000%. He's going to knock this out. And I saw Izzy, too. Like, when he clipped him, you could see it in Izzy's face, like, oh, I caught you, motherfucker. Like, he knew that he caught him. And he was hunting for that for the rest of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I was convinced that he was going to find that sweet spot again, and it just never fucking happened.
I want to play, because I didn't rewatch this. We saw that's your reaction to Izzy getting finished, right? But what I want to replay is how the end of the first round played out.
Yeah, I was so excited because I thought he got him.
Let's see. I want to see your reaction there, because I don't recall how you reacted to that. So
I was excited.
All right, so I'm gonna go to.
You do
this.
remember how
No,
I
I don't.
reacted.
I don't. I honestly don't. That's why I want to see. All right, so here's the Izzy fight. It's getting started here. So we're gonna go through to the first round. Let's see where the clock's at.
You haven't even started
Whoa. What the hell was that? I don't know. Did anyone see Possessed Jesse that just popped up? Shit, where'd it go? Wait, was that really happen? Did I just... It did. I can't get it again. What the fuck? Did I just see a ghost? Oh, well. That was weird. You just like fucking looked at the camera and creeped everyone out. All right, let's see. All right, so here is the minute and 15 seconds left.
You had to go all the way to
leg
the end of
kick,
the
and
round.
Izzy does a great job
Can you
hitting
see
the
it for a
inside
minute?
leg and squirming around the cage to get away. Zips in the left hand. Alex looking to let go of the right leg, but doesn't pull the trigger on that. 1:05 left in the first round. Pereira looking to move in. Izzy decides to circle, stops. Throws that left out there, blocked by Pereira. 55 seconds left in the first round as Pereira looking to engage. Not very confident with his striking here as Izzy has been very good at keeping him guessing. Pereira to the body with the kick. Oh, there's the left hook by Pereira, and that lands on the face of Adesanya. And then a chopping knee forward. That was the best strike right there for Alex. Alex moving in. Alex hits him with the hook again. They're against the fence. Here's some clinch action, and Izzy gets him with the underhook. Does Izzy get the takedown? Alex stops him, hits him to the body, ripping right hands to the chest of Adesanya. Adesanya eating some more right hands. A knee to the body by Pereira. Izzy's got to let go. Izzy stays with the clinch against the cage. Izzy trying to hold Pereira there. Pereira landed some nasty body shots, but Izzy is cool with fighting inside the clinch. Let's see if they separate. Izzy throws the left out like a joust. 5 seconds left. Pereira moving in. Izzy baiting him with the head moving. Throws the right hand over the top. A beauty! A left hand! Whoa! Alex got wild!
I thought he had him.
So
I thought he was going down. Like, that was
the head
it.
moving. Throws the right hand over the top. So you tried to fly. 5 seconds left. Pereira moving in. Izzy baiting him with the head moving. Throws the right hand over the top. A beauty! A left hand! Whoa! Alex! So what were you thinking here?
I thought, this is it. Izzy just knocked him the fuck out. Everyone else can shut the fuck up. Like, that's what I thought. I thought, like, my boy just got it. We just got the win in the first round. That's the face right before defeat.
Oh, God. Almost got it. I forgot how, like, wow, that was like literally it's seconds left. He caught him.
It was literally at the last second.
It's crazy.
Some people were complaining that it was after the bell.
Okay. What do you think about this? Sean Strickland, next.
For Izzy?
Yeah.
Ugh, no. What a slap in the face to Izzy. He just got knocked the fuck out by Alex Pereira, and now you're gonna.
They both got knocked out by
Now you're gonna give
Alex.
Strickland to Izzy. Like,
Yeah.
he was just a former champ, and you're like, oh, just throw Strickland at him.
Yeah, they both got knocked
That's such
out.
a fucking slap.
Well, you don't think
what
Izzy
a
could beat Strickland?
Disrespect to Izzy.
I think Izzy could run over Strickland.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
that's such a fucking disrespect. It's like you think Izzy's like that low on the
tune-up.
totem pole.
Tune-up fight.
He doesn't need a tune-up fight.
Okay, so
What a disrespect.
not disrespectful.
That is straight. Yeah, look at the
So
little
you would run it
shit-eating
back.
grin on your face.
You would
know
run it
it's
back. I
disrespectful.
know. I think Strickland's the fight to make. You would run it back.
Here's the problem with running it back. I saw a lot of people complaining, like, why would they run it back? They've already fought 3 times. But you have to remember that was in kickboxing. Like, this is the UFC. This isn't MMA. It's a different combat sport. So I say fucking run that shit back. But I know a lot of people are kind of at ends with running it back because they've already fought twice. But I think they're looking at it in a completely...
The only reason why you run it back is because Izzy ran over everyone in the middleweight division, right? But if I was an Izzy fan, I say don't run it back. Okay? I say get another win under the belt. You know? Get a little momentum. When you got a guy like Pereira in your head, why would you want Izzy to go right back into the fire? You know, why would you want to do that? Because if Izzy loses again...
I knew Izzy was going into this too emotionally because he told... he said on his YouTube channel that this is about getting even or something like that. He said he could give a fuck about defending the belt, that this was personal and all that stuff. So, like, I knew right then and there that he was too emotional going into this.
Because it sells. Alfredo, Sean Strickland versus Izzy would sell way more than Pereira versus Izzy. In fact, I guarantee that the pay-per-view buys are trash. But if you put Izzy and Strickland on a card, I mean, Jesus Christ. Could you imagine that lead up? Could you in a fight that Izzy should win, right? So you think about this. Izzy talks a lot of shit. He beats the fuck out of Strickland, right? And now he's back in play. He already beat everyone in the weight class over here. He's got a little momentum back. Right now, he took his first big loss. Like, this is the biggest loss of his career. Why would you throw him right back to the Wolves? Unless you want him to just lose everything, you throw him back into Pereira. But what I would do is have him fight Strickland, a guy he should beat, and then let Pereira get a little older. Let Izzy get that momentum back on his side. New game plan, back to the drawing board. You got a better shot. If you throw Izzy right back into the fire, mark my words, Pereira finishes him quicker. That's what I think. I think Pereira will finish him quicker in another fight. That's why I think you should, let other things happen. Here's another thing, guys. Pereira fighting Robert Whittaker, like I said in the beginning of the show. Jess, would you like to see that?
Pereira, Robert Whittaker?
Yeah.
I feel like you're just setting up Whittaker to die.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. So you're saying Pereira lock win over Whittaker? That's what you're saying.
I mean, I'm using a lot of MMA math. Like,
You're wrong. Whittaker
Izzy knocked Whittaker the fuck out, and then he beat him a second time around. Pereira knocked Izzy out clean. Well, not clean. Izzy kept getting back up, but he still knocked him out. I would argue that, yeah, Pereira has the knockout power needed to get Whittaker on the ground. I'm
tell you
sorry.
right now.
I'm not saying that Whittaker wouldn't give him a hard time. I think that Whittaker, especially with the wrestling and stuff, I think that Whittaker would do phenomenally on the ground. But I just think Pereira would find a way to knock him out.
Whittaker versus Pereira is such a good fight, such a good matchup, and Robert Whittaker has a very good chance of beating him. Very good chance.
If he kept everything on the ground, perhaps.
Yes.
But
he could take him down.
Let's not forget that Pereira trains with Glover Teixeira, who's arguably one of the best fucking ground games in the UFC.
I'm telling you right now, how Izzy has Robert's number and Pereira has Izzy's number.
I'm telling you, I don't think Whittaker would win.
Don't go by that. Don't go by that. Robert Whittaker, with the right game plan, could make Pereira look terrible. He could make him look terrible in an MMA fight.
Nah, I would
telling you.
I don't even like Pereira, and I would pick him in that fight.
I'm telling you. And if you're an Israel Adesanya fan, you tell Izzy, pump the brakes, let Bobby Knuckles go up there, do the dirty work, and then Izzy comes right back into the mix. Think about it. Izzy may not have to fight Pereira again. If Robert Whittaker does the dirty work, Izzy does not have to fight Pereira again. You know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone that's saying run it back, you only say that if you want Izzy to get smashed again. You only say that. If you're a true Israel Adesanya fan, I understand you want him to get another shot at that belt. Take a step back and think. If you really want him to get that gold, be patient. Don't throw him back into the fire. Don't throw him into the wood chipper again. Go to Bellator. I mean, that's my opinion. And it also gets interesting. You got the lead up with Sean Strickland, which would be crazy. It would be fun, and it's a fight that Izzy should win. Now, if Izzy loses to Strickland, we got problems. We got problems there. But I think that makes more sense. All right, so we're split on that. Let me know in the chat what you think.
Izzy said he wants to run it back no matter what, belt or no belts. Francis, can I just intercept for a second? Can you just move the fan towards you? It's like blasting right on me. And please tell me the best way to reheat pizza without making it soggy or dry. Zakaria says Izzy was winning the fight. Run it back, says Alfredo. Wait, I want to see Kainoto, says the Fuka Fridays no see.
Where you going? Jesse's leaving. Just gotta look at the big picture. I picked Alex to win, but Jess will have time to celebrate when a grappler drowns Pereira. That's another thing too. You do have grapplers that are, you know, in the mix. You have guys that Izzy beat that are strong grapplers that who knows might be the antidote, you know, to Alex Pereira. What else we got in that chat? I want to get your voices heard, and then we will open up the phone lines. 260 people watching. Make sure you hit the like button. 133, unacceptable. Hit that like button, friends.
Bro, that's the whole point. Israel has to fight the person who beat him 3 times, bro. If he doesn't beat Alex, the belt means nothing. Think about it.
That's bullshit.
Pereira would beat Yuri, says Lil Seal.
Why I don't understand. Why is that? Like, you're talking about a personal vendetta against, like, someone that's owns you, right? And I understand you're saying, okay, if you want to be a champion, you got to beat everyone. You got to beat the best of the best. That's not necessarily the case. A lot of these champions have gotten belts that do they really deserve them? You know, like there are guys there's always a guy that can beat them, you know? And I think if Izzy's smart, he can get right back in the mix and get on the throne.
Yes, I'm Adolf in disguise, bro. Spot at Moss, I want to ask you, please, who wins between KHAMZAT and Makhachev?
KHAMZAT and Makhachev. I don't know why people keep on saying that, because honestly, I don't think it would happen. I don't think the stars line up for that. You know, like, and I would have to go with KHAMZAT. I just think he's too big. It's like the same person, just bigger. You know, so I would just have to go with KHAMZAT in that one. But yeah, I don't foresee that ever. I think Islam will move up. I just don't think the stars would line up for that fight. Real Gamer, what are you doing here, bud? What's going on? After that salty ass, you're never going to succeed fucking thing. What happened, Real Gamer? Are you back in the mix? Did you get your thumb out of your ass? What happened here, bud? I was very disappointed. He's a fucking, you know, OG of the community, and he just went, he malfunctioned.
Pereira versus Vettori. Yeah, that's interesting, but I think Pereira would smoke him. I'm always salty, says Real Gamer.
All right, fair.
KHAMZAT versus Alex is the fight to make. Classic UFC striker versus grappler. One thing I can think of is how, even though Whittaker is an incredible grappler, he does have issues with lengthy strikers, and if Israel made Rob look small, then Pereira could surely find a spot before.
So, I mean, it's not impossible. The interesting thing with Izzy,
because Whittaker fell victim. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but Whittaker fell victim to Wonderboy too, who had that lengthy striking. And then when Izzy came into the picture,
is that welterweight?
I was like, no, but it has nothing to do with the weight class. I'm talking about it's just skill, strategy. And then Izzy came into the picture, and he had that lengthy striking. And now Pereira has lengthy striking. So I honestly think that Whittaker, he's just like one of those guys where if you have a good reach and you have the ability to slip between the hands, technically, then Whitaker's just victim to it.
Listen, when did they fight? Whitaker versus Wonderboy at welterweight. That was many moons ago.
You're
That's a
looking
whole
at
different,
completely like.
it's a whole different person.
But you're looking at details that don't matter. Like, that doesn't matter. I'm talking about skill versus skill. Whitaker falls victim to lengthy strikers.
When they make the odds for Pereira versus Robert Whitaker, Pereira will be the favorite in that fight. Okay, so
As he should be.
yes, he will be the favorite in that fight. My point is Robert Whitaker is a massively live dog in that fight.
1,000%.
In fact, I would take Rob with the plus money because I think Rob has all the tools to beat Pereira.
I think Rob, yes, would give Pereira a very tough time.
Like,
But I'm saying, regardless of what Pereira will have to field from Rob, I think Rob will still end up inevitably falling victim to the lengthy striking.
okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fair because Pereira is going to be the favorite, and a lot of people will probably pick Pereira in that fight. I would love Rob at plus money with that. Please, UFC. I want to see Whitaker, Pereira. I want to see Izzy versus Strickland, and I'm not trying to fucking discredit anything Izzy did. I want Izzy to get a win. Also, I mean, I would be rooting for Strickland, of course, but I do think as an Izzy supporter, you would want to see Izzy get a win, a little momentum right back to the belt, right? Give him like a little tune-up situation, little buzz, and then fire him right back into the mix. And when he's ready to go back in the mix, Robbie could be sitting on the throne. You know, Bobby Knuckles could be up there. So if you're Adesanya, who would you want to face? Would you want to face the guy you fought 2 times and beat? Or you want to face the guy you fought 3 times and lost to?
Well, it depends on the type of image he wants to set for fans.
I want to solidify my legacy? Bullshit. You want to get that belt back, and that'll do it for you anyway. And if people are like, if people shit on Izzy for never beating Pereira, right? If Pereira loses the belt, he lost the belt anyway. It doesn't matter who he lost it to. He still lost the belt.
Yeah.
You know? So Izzy fans would be in good shape. I think this is a good conversation for phone calls. I just want to blast through the rest of the card really quick. I want to thank everyone for the donations. D-Rest dropped $200.
No way.
$200 tonight. It's crazy stuff. Everyone's been going ham.
Your thoughts on Molly Meatball lost stuck crucifix?
I am going to talk about that. Actually, I'm going to rattle through the rest of the cards. I just want to catch up on some donations here. Thank you, Jason.
Super chat.
Real Gamer.
Great discussion tonight.
He's back. He's back. We got him back. Yes, he's back in the mix. I was very disappointed. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. I saw that and I was like, this guy's crying for no reason. I don't expect that from him. But welcome back, man. Appreciate that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hi everybody, yes I'm still alive. I have been sick of them dog shit for the last couple days. You need more pussy to make me get better. You guys are all wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Ew.
I need more. The doctor prescribed me more pussy to get better. Thank you, Mike H. I hope you get that pussy. Okay. Let's get through the rest of the card over here. Let's just rattle through this thing. By the way, Matt Favola finally made his MMA Hour debut. He's been on the MMA-Holes. So, Matt, we got you covered, man. How dare Ariel wait this long to get you on the show? Let's start from the bottom and just work our way up really quickly, and then we'll open up the phone calls. Carlos Olberg, player. This guy's a super player over here. Gets the win over Nikolai. Finishes him first round. Looks dominating. This is Izzy's boy. Light heavyweight. I cannot wait to see what's next for this kid. He's a good-looking kid. He's a good striker. Let's go. Very marketable guy. Let's see what he can do. Montel Jackson gets a unanimous decision over Arce. Mike Trezano with I think a little controversially missed weight. You know, when you get these knockouts and you're going crazy, but you miss weight, it's kind of a bummer, but he got the win. So Trezano really needed that win. He got it done against Sungwoo Choi. Choi got a little extra bucks on that. Whoop-de-doo. Carolina, how about this? Carolina Kovacevic in a fight where she was the favorite. I tried to pick the under on this one. Did not work out my way. One of my worst picks on the card. 2 picks, it just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know why I did it. But Carolina Kovacevic, fantastic job. You're another win for you. You get another decision. Good job on you. I thought you were retired. Matt Favola, massive win, no bonus. How does the steamroller not get bonus? He comes out to the closer of the Mets song, Trumpets.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I don't know if I sang that right, but yeah, if you don't know of that, the Mets closer walks out today. It's like a big fucking thing. He walks out, MSG, gets the win, knocks out Zaitar. First round. Matt Frivola, I am so happy for this guy. The guy has marketed himself well on social media. He's getting like this viral, like underground MMA Twitter following and backup. Love it. Love what Frivola's doing from Strong Island. The steamroller gets the win, takes out his Zaitar. I pray that they could make a piblet fight for this kid in the near future. Petrosky gets unanimous decision over retarded Diaz. Erin Blanchfield does what she's supposed to do. To the people that picked fucking Meatball Molly, you need your fucking heads examined. She's fun. She's crazy. She's like a rock star running around celebrating after her wins. But Erin Blanchfield, this girl could be a champion. She's that good. 23 years old. Demolished Molly. Love this girl. We got to get her on the show. And I listened to her a little bit on Ariel. She is one of those girls that she does not act 23. She literally is like laser focused, knows how good she is. She's a problem. Can't wait to see her fight again. Women's MMA. We got some shining stars coming up. Ryan Spann demolishes. I mean, I fucked up with this pick too. Dominic Reyes. I don't like to say it, but if you're a member of the chat, can you drop the emoji that I'm thinking? Can you just drop that emoji? Just drop it out there. Another guy misses weight, but here's the deal. Dominic, I'm sorry. I can't. Jess, did you see this knockout? You here for it?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
I said that he should retire. He's not going to have his wits about him anymore.
It's bad. Bro got knocked out with a jab. I mean, you know, when you're Ryan Spann, he does have serious power, plus extra weight. I hate when they miss weight and knock out the opponent. I can't stand that. But there it is in the chat, the retire emojis. I feel bad for Dom. It's not good. Moicano is like becoming one of my favorite Brazilians. Knew he was going to do this to Riddell. Riddell, his days are numbered. I would be surprised if we see him back in the UFC. He's an exciting fighter, but Moicano, I mean, he's the man. Cut a promo at the end. Very nice job. Gets the rear naked choke. How about Dan Hooker? Gets a win that he should have got in one of the most horrific fights I've ever seen. I usually like guys that fight like lobsters. I think it's fun. But Puelas didn't even belong in there. Like, it was just stupid what happened with Puelas.
Well, I think the UFC handed Hooker a layup.
And Hooker cracked him to the body. I guess it was a liver shot, I guess. But Puelas just gave up, says no more. And he did nothing. He landed like 5 strikes. It was just one of the most unwatchable experiences ever. We roll into the Frankie Edgar fight on the main card. Second fight on the main card. Frankie gets annihilated. I put a poll up over here, Jess. I don't know if you voted. Did you vote on our poll?
I did.
You did vote? Oh, okay.
I always vote.
And when you voted on our poll, hold on a second. Let me pull it up here. I mean, because it was a tough one.
First option.
You went with the first one? Mm-hmm. It was really tough. I had a tough time. I voted as well. I bet you didn't know that, Jess. But if you didn't vote, please get your votes in. Because I think Frankie should look at this, you know? Okay, so should Frankie Edgar fight again? Okay, the first option is what, Jess?
No.
Okay. And what's the second option?
No.
No, okay. Third?
Nah.
All right. And fourth?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so no. And to my surprise, 59% say no, Jess. Look at that. Were you surprised with the outcome of this?
I was shocked.
Okay. So that's with it's like 3,000 votes on there. So 59% saying no. I think it's pretty obvious. Here's a great meme we didn't get to show yet. This is probably one of my favorites. This is Jesse reacting to a horrible experience. What was going through your mind in this situation?
I thought he was going to slice him in half.
Well, he stabbed him right through. Great meme by Kainoto. Shout out to Kainoto, the meme king. Okay, what else we got here? There was another poll, and then we're going to open up phone lines. Okay, here we go. Here's the other one. All right, here, Jesse. Here it says, was it a... Okay, ready? What's the first option?
Good stop.
Okay.
Good stop.
Okay.
Good stop. Bad stop.
Okay. So there's, I mean, a little variety over there in this one. Okay. What did you think?
I went with good stop number 1.
Good stop number 1. Okay. And according to the community, it seems like good stop was the decision over here. 24% of the community said it was a bad stop for Israel Adesanya, the main event. Let's go. So Frankie Edgar gets destroyed. We spoke about the Poirier fight. Poirier destroys Chandler. It's so frustrating. What did you think? We didn't get your opinion on the Chandler fight and Poirier.
Oh yes. Sorry, I had to refresh my memory. I don't know why. Like it's like I watch these fights and then I just forget. Chandler Poirier. What was my opinion? You're asking?
Yeah. So Poirier gets the finish in the submission in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I thought Chandler did exactly what I expected him to do. He said he was going to go in slow, but he didn't do that. He came in like a freaking dog in the 1st round. He expected to get that 1st round knockout. He actually looked pretty decent in my opinion, but I think I gave Poirier the 1st round. And then the 2nd round, was it the other way around? I can't remember. The 2nd round I think I gave to Chandler.
That was back and forth at first.
I know
it was violent.
Yeah, I know it was 1-1 going into the 3rd. Chandler, like, he had some really shining moments, but I feel like he just went about it all wrong, you know? And he kind of opened the door and allowed Poirier in. And Poirier capitalized. I mean, you can't kill the guy. He did exactly what he had to do to win.
What about the fish hooking, the bleeding?
Yeah, I said that
snot boogers.
I said on Saturday night, you know, it's dirty. It's dirty fighting. I mean, you got to respect that he's just doing what he has to do to get on top. But also, there's rules instilled for a reason in the UFC and MMA. And I feel like the moment you start showing that side of you as a fighter, you start to lose some respect from fans. But I guess that was a risk he was willing to take to win, and it still didn't bode well for him. So
I said it earlier. I'll just repeat it really quick. Michael Chandler is probably one of the more frustrating fighters to watch. If you're a massive fan of Chandler, and you want him to see him win a belt, you know he can. Like, if he just reined it in and had a little bit better fight IQ, because he has all the tools, he could have beat Poirier that night.
Yeah, if he had a little more control.
Yeah, if he pulled himself together, I think if he would have slowed down the pace by wrestling more wrestling, hump. I know he got submitted, but he got submitted because he was gassed. You know, he was swinging haymakers in the 1st round trying to take Poirier out, and this close to doing it.
Yeah.
Right? So, yes, that's exciting. That's bonus-worthy, but...
Yeah, he did wobble Poirier in that 1st round.
Yeah. Poirier said he could not see against the fence. So Chandler was this close to winning the fight once again. I feel if Chandler could just pull it in, wrestle, hump, ground and pound, get some decisions here and there, it's okay. He could win a belt.
Yeah.
He has a very good shot. But I feel we should make him pay for his sins. And the way I make him pay, Jesse, I said it earlier.
Yeah.
Eddie Alvarez made the call out. You run it back again. They fought twice in Bellator. The 3rd fight inside the octagon. One-off contract for Eddie Alvarez. Winner stays in the UFC, Jess. What do you think? Chandler should win.
What happens to the loser?
Loser banished to Bellator or whatever. I mean, Eddie Alvarez is a free agent. I mean, listen, Chandler is 37. Eddie's how old? How old's Eddie now? Eddie's got to be pushing 40.
Eddie!
He's, you know.
Yeah, he's old.
They fought in 2013. That was a split decision. Okay. And the first fight was 2011. 2023. You run it back for a 3rd time. They're 1-1. Here's the thing. Here's why I say this. I understand, like, people are like, oh, Eddie's days, best days are behind him, this and that. I mean, Michael Chandler, he proved that he can compete with the top guys. But right now, he's not a champion. He's not going to be a champion. Eddie was a UFC champion, right? So you bring them in there. You got this fantastic story. They're 1-1. The lead-up's going to be fantastic. You know the fight's going to be complete fire. And then on the line is the UFC contract. I mean, let's go. Let's go. Remember this. Chandler lost the 2nd fight to Eddie Alvarez. He lost. Mm-hmm. He won the 1st and lost the 2nd. Just saying. Bring him in. I don't give a fuck if the dudes are nice or fake. I just want to watch them bang. I don't blame you. I kind of don't blame you.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, what do you want to see? You want to see a good fight, right? Yeah. You just want to see 2 guys and gals locked in a cage and just beating the living shit out of each other.
I feel like personality does help, but like it's not like It's not something that people have to rely on in order to want to watch a fight.
All right, I'm going to set the phone calls here. Here we go. Do you want me to hit a break or?
I got to leave in 20 minutes, so you might as well just go right into the calls.
All right. I'm going to go into the calls. All right, let's set this up. If you want to call the show, Discord. Down in the description, there's a thing called Linktree. Okay? When you click on our link, it's the first link in our description. When you click on it, there's this little controller icon over here. This is our Discord. It's an invite link. You click it, bang, you're in Discord. Find our icon, just hit call, and away we go. You can call from anywhere in the world.
My brother says that he's very excited for the Thanksgiving stream this year, Moss.
Okay.
Because last year when he was on, everybody loved him. And they were like trying to get him to strip and stuff. But
is he going to get naked for this one?
This is my gay brother, guys. The one, he's like so awesome.
Well, we didn't really reveal that in the last stream.
Yeah, we did when he was here on Thanksgiving.
No, but we didn't reveal that he was gay. Like
Yes, we did.
on stream, did we?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
I kind of kept that on the hush. Okay, so it's open out. We're
They
gonna
know.
go.
Yeah,
Okay.
they knew last year.
All right, boys.
So he said he's super excited to see all of you guys in the chat, and he may even take his shirt off for you this year.
He's gonna take his shirt off for the community.
He's like, I'll do it for $100. He'll take his shirt off.
For 100. Oh my God. Well, I guess his shirt's coming off.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the boys want to see that.
He is very excited to see you guys, like to talk to you guys and stuff like that. Because you guys like gave him such a good experience the last time that like he's just really.
Silver
he
Carl's
loves
gonna
the
love that.
street. He likes our community. He's very into you guys.
All right. Well, 70,000 people, right? Look at that, 70,000. By the way, we hit 70K. I talked to the tattoo guy already. We went back and forth. So I want to do it after Thanksgiving. I want to run and get the LXX on my back.
Do it.
So 70,000. Look at that over there, 70K. What? Damn, man. Yeah, someone's gonna drop the 100. I mean, there's no doubt about that. He's gonna be stripping for donations now.
No, he's not stripping. He's just making a joke because last year they were trying to get him to take his shirt off.
Okay. Pulse, you there?
Yeah. What's up, guys?
How's it going, Pulse? What's up, man?
All good. I wanted to first start off by saying rest in peace to Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Yeah, what were your thoughts when you heard the news?
Man, I was devastated. He's one of my favorite fighters, and yeah, man, it absolutely sucks. It brought a damper on the whole weekend after such a great card.
Agreed. Yeah, it was a bum. I got a little emotional thinking about it. I was like, damn. I was in the car with Jesse afterwards. I was like, I can't stop thinking about this. I don't know. I didn't even know the guy. But it was just like, it's
right.
Under 40. We've seen so many crazy moments with this guy, specimen of a human being, and to hear that he's gone is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. He was built like a tank, so I figured he was just gonna, be around forever.
Yeah, it's a bummer, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But really, I just want to talk about 281 real quick.
Okay.
Well, basically, I feel like everybody's thinking it's a foregone conclusion that Whitaker's going to beat Costa. But what if Costa wins?
He could. I mean, it's not impossible. I know I'm looking past him. I don't think he does. I don't think Costa wins. I honestly, I would actually be shocked.
Okay, well, also, I feel like people are just assuming Israel is going to just come back and get his belt back. But from what I can tell, there's no reason to think that way because Pereira's had his number every time.
Well, I mean, this is in MMA, though. This is not just solely kickboxing. And we saw Izzy did clip Pereira, and he did find that sweet spot to rock him. So just because, and he was winning that fight before he got knocked out. So I think if he came back for a rematch, it would be totally worth it.
Yeah, but how can he be confident? Even though I understand the first two were in a different sport, but he's still been knocked out twice by this guy. So,
but he was winning the entire fight before he got knocked out. So if he came in smarter the second time around and put those emotions aside, he came in this way too emotionally. He even admitted that this was more personal than it was defending his belt. So if he really came in here and came in with the same focus that he's had with all of his other opponents as a champion, then I think he would be much smarter about where he's allowing Pereira to put those hands. All he had to do really was run for that last round, and he still would have won the fight.
Well, it's interesting that you say he came in too emotional. I didn't buy that.
He did. He admitted that he said, I don't care about defending my belt. He goes, this is more personal.
Oh, okay.
He cared about just getting that win against Pereira. So I think he let those emotions get in the way. He let that pride get in the way. And it clouded his judgment inside the cage. I do believe he would win the fight against Pereira if he went in smarter and more strategic the second time around. Same game plan, but, you know, didn't try and just go for that knockout and you know, taunt Pereira, then I think he would win.
Well, I guess we'll see, you know.
For sure.
You did call it, right, Pulse? Didn't you? You said he was going to get knocked out?
I said both belts were going to change hands.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you. I was with you. I agree. Yeah. All right.
And then real quick, I just wanted to talk about Dominic Reyes.
Yes.
So do you think this is his chin is gone, or is it more of Ryan Spann might be on a new level?
I think Reyes is done.
I mean, I guess you can't discredit what Ryan Spann's done. It's a bummer he missed weight, you know. It drives me nuts. Like, I can't go overboard about it because he did miss weight. And, you know, if he did this hitting the weight and knocks him out with a jab, I would like to see Dominic go down in weight if he could.
Dominic should retire. He shouldn't be in any other divisions. He should just move on. He's done. Continue doing commercials, Dominic.
You even look at him, though, like, he looks like he shouldn't be fighting anymore. He looks like a fucking head case. Like, I'm looking at it right now. This guy looks like, if you said, hey, this guy's got mental illness, I'd be like, yeah, I agree. I believe it. Right, Jess? Doesn't he look like he's a little off the wall?
I had a funny...
He does look like Crash Bandicoot. Like, I don't know. He looks like a head case. Maybe it's the receding hairline, the big fucking ears.
He looks like a New Yorker.
This is gonna... Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I think his head is just not right there. And yeah, the chin is sus now.
Yeah, I think you might be right. In his next one, I think they should throw him a layup at 205. Give him somebody like Devin Clark or somebody like that.
You think Devin Clark's a layup?
I mean, he's not going to knock him out. He might out-grapple him, but he's not going to knock him out, you know?
Yeah, I would really love to know if there's a possibility that he can hit middleweight. Because, yeah, like, you see him next to guys like Pereira and stuff like that. Dom doesn't look that big. Like I feel like there's got to be a way he can hit that middle if he still wants to compete. You know, I don't know if his mind is there anymore. I really don't, you know? It's just, it feels like this guy was unstoppable. He was unbeatable. People said he beat John Jones, and then that's it. The Yuri thing just basically took all the wind out of the sails, and he's never really been the same.
No, I thought he beat John that night too, but yeah, he's that's the thing. You could say, well, okay, you lost to John, then you lost to Blachowicz, then you lost to Jiri. All of those guys are champions. Losing to Spann is a guy who went to a decision with Sam Alvey. Split decision. Yeah,
it's true. It's weird. Spann's got a weird resume. It's like people look past him and then he just knocks your fucking head off. So I don't think anyone should fight. He's dangerous, man. He's dangerous to anybody with that power.
Yeah, and so I'm looking at the roster at 205. All of the top contenders would probably beat him. So I'm looking at the guys back in the pack, and they all have power. I was thinking, like, I even thought about maybe William Knight. But William Knight, even though he's 5'9", he packs a punch. I'm afraid for his chin at this point.
Yeah, who knows? Like, I'm not one to jump on the chin train, but when it comes to guys like Dominic Reyes, you're going to have to start entertaining it. Like, I think, like, in the way he got punched, the way he got hit, he was throwing that punch, and his chin was exposed. Like, literally, he went face first into the jab. His eyes were closed as he was throwing this thing, like, just throwing everything into that punch. It just seemed like everything was wrong with that whole situation. So, you know, even you could have the most solid chin in the world. If you're going, like, face first into that guy's power, anyone's getting knocked out, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. It might not just be his chin. His technique looked off. He didn't used to be that sloppy.
Yep. 100%.
Okay, yeah. And then lastly, if I can just get in, man, how about Frankie, man? Wasn't that sad?
Sad and expected. You know, it's a shame. It really is a shame that it had to go down to that. Why put him against a guy like it's just the UFC fed him like to another prospect? Like give him somebody with a losing record or something. You know why? It's not like he's fighting to get back into a contender spot. Why are you giving him Chris Gutierrez? Why you got to use Frankie as a stepping stone? I think that was a complete misplay. And if you're Frankie's management, Ali Abdelaziz, why not say, hey, man, he's going to fight one more time. Give me a beatable guy. I think the UFC did him dirty.
Yeah, and it's always the same strike that puts him out, in these last couple of fights. It's something up the middle. Sandhagen caught him. Cheeto Vera caught him. Mm-hmm. It's always like a jumping knee or uppercut or something. It's something up the middle. And so I feel like all this tape on him now, people, Gutierrez knew exactly what to do.
The only thing I could think about is maybe the UFC was like, hey, man, this guy's never going to retire. So let's send him a message. Let's send him, listen, you're going to fight a guy that's relatively unknown, that's on a winning streak. Hopefully you beat this guy. But if you get smoked, now's the time to say enough's enough. Because if Frankie got a win there, who knows? Frankie might be like, okay, one more, He might be that type of guy. So maybe the UFC is like, okay, we're going to give you a talented kid. Let's see what you can do with this. But it seems like he was set up.
I know he's one of Dana's favorite guys, but for his own good, he's got to tell him no from here on out. That was bad in front of his family.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, I mean, what are we doing? Like, why are we even... I mean, I'm pretty sure it's it for him. I think everyone is in agreement.
Good. Okay, well, that's all I got.
Okay.
Ladies, man.
Be good, Pulse. All right, Pulse coming in. We got the phone lines lit up. Let's blast through this. By the way, Jessie is... She might be out of the picture right now. She is exhausted. So you might be just stuck with me. Let's see who else we got over here. We got Sonosi coming in. All right, Sonosi. How you doing, Sonosi?
Wonderful.
Nice. Okay, what do you got to say about 281?
Well, of course, Jessie ran the moment I came on the phone.
Yeah, she was literally, while Pulse was talking, like she's so tired. So she's out. You stuck with me.
No, that's fine, man. So, yeah, that event, I think, with all the finishes and everything else that went on, I think 281 is probably going to be the best card of the year.
Yeah, of the year, yeah. Yeah, you could put it out there.
Not of all time. Definitely not that.
Mm. Yeah. Not all time, no. I would say you could talk top 10 or something like that. But, I mean, a good card, solid card. And what I like about this card, too, is there's so many stories following. With this thing, there's so many things to talk about afterwards. So it was a good night of, and then afterwards, the lead up was, The lead up kind of sucked. I think if we had a stronger lead up, I think this card would have been even more crazy. But I think the UFC did a really bad job promoting this thing, and it was a fun night.
Yeah, unfortunately, when your main card doesn't have, someone who doesn't speak the language, doesn't help ever.
Yeah, and he did the best that he could, Alex Pereira. He really did. I mean, he was putting the social media stuff out there, and he did the fancy walkout and everything like that. But there had to have been a way where the UFC could have really I don't know. They put the press conference on Wednesday. I don't know if that was what it was.
It could be that, but you know what? I'll say right now, Perg has to pull off the same shit like Figueiredo does. Guy who can't speak English, but is a badass kind of God of War, savage Native American, whatever way you want to look at it.
Yeah, Pereira did what he had to do. Pereira definitely did what he had to do to sell himself with the tools that he was given. If Pereira could speak English, my God. Talk about a guy that would be a pretty marketable champion.
Scary if he's the man of little words. That works for him.
Yeah.
The dude doesn't have to speak. He can just do like the Ivan Drago fucking shit, and it worked for him, I think.
Yeah, he needs like a hype man. He needs like when Paulo Costa couldn't speak English, he needs that little annoying guy with the glasses. Like to translate, like the fucking Paul, whatever, like in WWE.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like he's got Glover Teixeira. Like Glover's not going to do that job. You know what I'm saying? He needs like a midget, like trash talking translator until he learns the language. Follow the Paulo Costa playbook. That would work.
Yes. So my thought with him, the thought I just thought was the funniest thing. Not funny, but it'd be really depressing. Imagine he gets a win or two and he retires before Izzy gets a chance for redemption. That would be very depressing, wouldn't you think? That would linger. Yeah, people have spoken about that, and you got to think a guy that's pushing 40 here. Eventually he's gonna hang it up. Like, what does he have to do now? Like, I think other than paychecks, like the legacy is locked for Pereira. He's destroyed the best middleweight. We're saying of all time in Israel Adesanya, and he's done it 3 times. Inside and outside of the octagon. So he's got gold. He has nothing else to prove. If he fought 1 or 2 more times or one more time and hung it up, I mean, when it comes to legacy, he's fine.
You know, there's really not much to care about there. But, you know, maybe it's money now. Maybe he's got to, you know, increase that bank account.
Personally, if I was him, I would go for maybe one more fight and maybe hang it up and go back to kickboxing or something. Because you know what? You proved your point. You were the Izzy Slayer. It looks like an assassination attempt if you play that card. Like, I left, I did my business, I left. I have no reason to be here. I did what I needed to do to prove my point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
For PFL or whatever, and he doesn't have to go back to the UFC. He'd be able to sell on that market as I'm the guy who took out Israel.
That's it. Yeah, there's if Pereira loses every fight from now on, it doesn't matter. He did what he had to do. Honestly, if he retired right now, that would be like the craziest. Dude, that would be the craziest story ever. Like, he just rides off into the sunset after doing this. Dude, it's insane.
So, two more things I'm just going to mention. The whole... So, interesting thing I found out about Ryan's for Spann, I found out, the dude barely trains, but he's been starting to train now, and now was seeing results from it, actually.
Yeah, the guy is... I mean, when you got that type of power and that size, I mean... It makes up for what you lack in skill. Although he could submit people too, which is kind of crazy. So he does have skill.
I can't believe he could submit people. He's actually a better submission artist than he's like a guy with, you know, striking. And now his striking is getting a little better.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, Ryan Spann, would you consider him the dark horse of the division?
Of the current rankings?
Ryan is at, let's see.
There's some really good people like Jalen Turner and shit too, though. So
where was so Reyes was under him. So yeah, Spann is like right at top 10. You got Ozdemir, Craig, Krylov, Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill's a player. Anthony Smith.
No, that's Jamal Hill's the dark horse.
Yeah,
the true of the division. I think give it a little bit more time, Ryan Spann could become that. But yeah, right now it's definitely Jamal Hill, even though he's higher up.
I think, you know what's crazy? Like, Ryan Spann, with his submission skills, once he sharpens up those tools even more, he's even more dangerous than Jamal. Jamal's got that good takedown defense. He's got power. But Ryan Spann, he might be even more dangerous. Just because he might, I don't know, man. It's crazy. We got to see him make weight, though. You know, kid's missing weight. So,
you know what? I think they should put Spann versus Paul Craig. Let's see who's the better submission artist.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. Yeah, I'm not going to go too crazy over Spann right now just because, one, Dominic Reyes, we don't know where mentally he's at, and two, Spann missed weight. So I'm going to pump the brakes on my assessment. But only 31. We'll see.
So do you think they should... I think they should start making uses of blood as an illegal thing. I never thought I'd have to say that, but after the Luke Rockhold thing and after seeing Chandler use blood as a weapon for spitting, I think they got to update the rule. Wait,
hold on. You're saying the blood situation? They should.
I understand Luke used it as a weapon, and then we just Chandler one up them by spitting.
Yeah, it's obvious what Chandler was doing and Rockhold. Yeah, it's very obvious. What do you think? They should take a point if you do something like that?
I think at least the warning the first time. I guess it depends on the severity. I mean, if you're spitting in someone's eye,
yeah, that's wrong.
If you're just spitting, it depends. I guess it depends on the angle, just like anything else. But goddamn, that is very. It's one thing if you have dripping blood over someone, that's kind of creepy, but that's your own thing. But you're spitting it, that's a whole different thing. That's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, you know, and I say he can't control gravity. You know, it's going to be hard to prove that he's doing it on purpose too. Like it did look like he was doing it on purpose, but it is going to be hard.
When you split, I'm sorry. I've been busted open. I know the difference between blood dripping down my face and.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty obvious that he knew what he was doing there. No doubt about that.
And you know what though, Frankie though, I think what they need to start doing with people like Frankie, if you know they're gonna retire, give them like how we did with Diaz, kind of give them a legacy fight or someone similar age. Don't give them the young contenders to kill the old fighter because it just seems so obvious.
Yeah. So I mean, like going into the conversation before, I agree with you. I think the same thing. The more I think about it, I have a feeling the UFC wasn't using this as a stepping stone. Now I'm really thinking about it. I think the UFC knows that Frankie will never retire. So they're like, okay, we're going to give you a prospect that's legit. And we're going to give you a reason to retire. You know, we're not going to give you a top tier guy. We're going to bring you an up and comer here. You have a chance. You could either stop this guy's train or you get flatlined. I mean, you know, so I think that's the UFC was making a statement with Frankie. You know, you got to do that with guys like Frankie, because if Frankie demolishes his opponent and says, you know, one more, he keeps on doing that, he's going to stick around too long, right? So I think the UFC said, okay, you know, I don't think that they used him as a stepping stone. I think they said, well, you're not going to retire, so we're going to give you this one here and see what happens.
I'm going to kill you.
We're going to make you die.
I have to give one shout out. Roberto, I got your fucking belt. Come get it. See you later, man.
Oh, shit. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Sonosi. A statement to the Hearns. The high score king, Sonosi. The 3K. The man that holds the name of the studio, Sonosi. The man who's dropped $2,000 plus on the last Fuko Friday. The man that has a song in the making right now. The man who has an emoji in the chat right now. In fact, if you have a membership, drop the Sonosis over there. Stomps his foot down and says, it's my belt. Now you see two people on this 1K Wall of Fame. You see the Sonosi, you see the Hearns on top of the hosts. These are some real players. Who will be the champion at the end of the year? Side story on the channel. I still can't believe Sonosi dropped that much money. I'm shocked. Okay, let's see what else we got over here. Let's rattle through some quick calls. We can't be here all night, but I enjoy hanging with you guys on this evening. Like we said earlier, the shows will still be day shows for Monday, but after a pay-per-view, I think nighttime might make more sense. So we'll move the pay-per-view shows, recap shows tonight, and the other shows during the day. See how that works. We'll switch it up a little bit. Alrighty, let's see what we got over here. Oh shit! Ah, fuck. Savage, all right. Savage, call back here. Actually, I could call him right now. Here you go, Savage. You there?
Yo.
What's going on, damn Savage? How you doing?
Not much. Damn, I did fucking horrible Saturday. I got 9 fights wrong.
Oof. Which ones were the ones that really stood out?
Oh, top 3. I actually picked Carla Esparza.
Wow, did you really?
I don't know. I thought she was gonna fucking pull something off, like dry hump her for fucking 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to find a way. Like literally up to the press conference, I was like, okay, I got to find a way to pick Esparza. I really wanted to do it. I just couldn't. Like it got to the point where it's just like I couldn't get anything. So what did you see that made you think, okay, Esparza could get it done?
I tried using MMA math, you know. Rose beat fucking Zhang, Carla beat Rose, shit like that. I completely forgot that she's been training with fucking Cejudo.
Yeah, her grappling is tight, Zhang.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass there.
Well, that's all good. Hey, listen, when you have someone like Esparza, you never know. You really don't. She's shocked people many times, so.
Yeah, fucking main event. Goddamn, man. I thought Izzy was gonna fucking pull that shit off, but like Jeff said, I think his ego got to him. He wanted to fucking end it on the feet, stand and bang.
So yeah, I mean, he did make mention, like the people that were criticizing him for being a boring fighter, he was kind of playing it off like he didn't care, but at the same time, you got the vibe that he did care. It did bother him, and I know he's making these excuses like hanging out with GSP, and you know, it's about fighting smart, blah blah blah. At the end of that fight, did he really fight smart? I mean, he really was winning that thing. He could have pumped the brakes and done vintage Izzy moves, leg kicking and moving. Now, perhaps the leg that was injured played a part in his movement, because he did mention that his leg was really bothering him. So maybe he couldn't really run. Maybe that leg was a problem, and that hurt his mobility and forced him to kind of fight Pereira. So that could have been something.
Yeah. And he didn't sexually harass him at all.
He didn't what?
Izzy. Didn't sexually harass him, like grab his ass or something. Try to mess with him.
Yeah. Well, he did hump him. He did hump him a couple of times at the takedowns.
Yeah, that's what he should have done in the fucking last round. He should have fucking took him down, just fucking dry humped him, been like at the end, like, this is MMA, motherfucker, not kickboxing. There's grappling involved.
Interesting take.
Oh well. You say he's gonna fucking take a break for the holiday, so who knows if he's gonna do the rematch or not.
Yeah, that's why I
Right off
think.
the bat.
That's why I think we should have other things take place. I don't know how long of a break Pereira wants. I would imagine that Pereira is not going to break too long if he's going to continue, because, like I said, he's not young. So I would imagine whatever he's going to accomplish in the UFC, he's got to get it done and get the hell out. You know, so let's go, man. When is the Whitaker fight? When is you know what? When is this fight?
That's what was set in stone with Costa.
What's that?
They never signed that bout with Costa and
So
Whitaker.
they did, right? Yeah. So hold on, Robert Whitaker. Yeah, I know this.
Follow us on Twitter a couple of times. It's not on yet.
Let's see, Robert Whitaker, the Reaper.
It's supposed to be like in January, or something, but hasn't been signed.
Let's see. It says confirmed. Oh no, actually 284. It's done. Okay, so
Follows in line.
wow. So that is on the Volkanovski card. Look at this so far: Islam Makhachev, Alexander Volkanovski, Yair Rodriguez, Josh Emmett for the interim featherweight championship. Robert Whitaker versus Paulo Costa. Tyson Pedro versus Ming Yang Zhang. Jack Jenkins versus Don Shanis. Justin Taffa versus Parker Porter. Joshua Kulabau versus Jimmy Crute versus Alonzo Menafield. Claysden Rodriguez versus Shannon Ross. So far, what they're putting together for Australia.
It's gonna be a hell of a card.
That might be pretty fun. Wow, Australia is gonna finally get like a deserving banger. It's been a minute.
That's up the sign, Sean.
Holy cow! When is this? This is on
February.
Is it February? Okay, so if this is February, let me try to figure this out now. If that's February, it's only a couple of months away. Yeah, you can say winner of Costa versus, wow, that puts Costa back in the mix too. If Costa beats Bobby Knuckles, you give him another title shot. Costa versus, I didn't even think about this matchup. Costa versus Pereira. Brazil and Brazil violence. Who would you pick in that fight?
I'm hoping Paulo. But remember that this is his last fight on his contract with Whitaker.
What's that? Oh, this is Costa's last contract?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Last fight.
Fuck, if he misses weight, say goodbye. Say goodbye to Paulo Costa. He's gone. Okay. Well, it's interesting. It's an interesting fight. I tell you, Pereira the champion, everything is refreshed. Everything's interesting again, you know? And Izzy could fight Sean Strickland, baby. Come on. Make it happen. For God's sakes. Make it happen. All right, anything else? Huh?
Did you see fucking Nate's at it again? He fucking slapped Dylan Dennis after the fucking card.
I saw him slap his partner, his training partner or something. Did he slap Dylan too?
Yeah, he slapped him too. They said he slapped Dylan Dennis.
What is up with Nate Diaz? It's just slapping everyone. What's going on here? It's getting to
every fucking event he goes to now, he slaps somebody.
It's kind of getting. Is it me or is it getting dumb? Like, is it getting silly now?
I'm starting to think like it's planned out just for
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah, it's getting annoying, man. Yeah, at least he's keeping his name in the news and stuff like that. But just like, dude, why are you slapping everyone? Maybe just punch someone. I don't know. Maybe slapping you can get away with. If you punch someone, it's like an assault. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Just weird. Just so it's like, oh, Nate slapped someone again. It's like, you know, like Conor McGregor with all his nonsense outside of the cage when he was getting in trouble, throwing shit and smacking old guys and doing whatever. I don't know. It's just getting silly. It's getting silly. Yes, I don't care.
Conor actually said "good on you, Nate" or some shit like that on Twitter when he saw the thing about him slapping him.
Wait, so did he turn on? Did Conor turn on Dylan?
Yeah, he said something about it, like "good on you, Nate" or some shit like that. He might delete it by now.
Yeah, I'm so over it. I can't even, honestly, I can't even entertain it. I saw it and I was like, it's just so dumb. What about this? I mean, this is dumb too, but it's kind of unavoidable. And we got other people on the phone lines. We'll get to you guys real quick. I hate talking about this, but I don't understand. I just, there's no way for me to to dance around this. The Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, the father thing. Oh my God, dude, what is going on? I don't know if Jesse saw this. Did you see that video?
Yes.
I'm going to show it real quick to those that didn't see it. It is. So for those that don't know, Mayweather, quote unquote, had an exhibition fight with Deji. I don't give a fuck about that. Nor do I give a shit about Tyson Fury. The guy missed weight, which is a complete joke. But after the fight, Jake Paul like gets on the commentary and this happens. And I mean, if you're Tyson Fury, you have to be so embarrassed by your family. Your family, I mean, what is, like, it's getting stupid now. Tyson Fury's like a legit heavyweight champion. He's done everything. He's talked shit. He's done whatever. And you got your brother who is a fucking handsome mongoloid that's not really great. You got the father that's a loose cannon.
They are gypsies, so they're used to that shit.
The dude,
that's normal behavior.
He takes off his shirt, he's shadow boxing, and he's trying to fight Jake Paul. Pops.
I thought that was pretty funny, though. The father, at least. Tommy Fury, he's fucking... I don't want to hear from him anymore.
So Jake's like, come out here and fight. And by the way, Tommy Fury is saying he wants to fight him outside of the cage. Tommy was getting off. It was actually kind of funny, though. Did you hear the commentary? Tommy Fury's fighting. In the middle of Tommy Fury's fight, Jake Paul like gets on the mic and starts saying, this guy sucks. Dude, it's so funny. It's really, if you didn't see it, check it out on Twitter, on the internet. It's so freaking funny, man. I can't stand Jake Paul, like, but at the same time, I got to respect the hustle. It's nonsense. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah, last thing real quick. We got to start a petition to get that fucking BMF belt off fucking Jorge Masvidal. He's fucking turned down Burns once again for the third time.
Yeah, he was never the BMF. Ever. They should have never had that dumb title fight. He was never the BMF. He ducked Burns again. Once again. Enough's enough. I agree.
It's an embarrassment.
Okay. All right, Savage.
What can you do? All right. Yeah, later, shot us.
There's damn Savage.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's crazy, man. Just what in the Sam hell? All these YouTube wannabe boxers all catch CTE. I tell you, Jake Paul, he beat Anderson Silva. There's really no way to dance around that. All right, let's do rapid fire. Let's see who we got here. This is Comic Unicorn. Okay, we're going to try to do rapid fire thoughts over here. Comic Unicorn, you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, man. Let's get your thoughts on 281.
My thoughts on 281. Well, first I have to give credit to you. Mystic Moss, you did it again. I'm happy that you were able to win the money. I wish I could say the same thing.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Sometimes you just got to clean up that crystal ball and get in the zone here. I know you're a big Izzy fan, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've already been through all the stages of grief. It was tremendously sad seeing the fight the way it ended. And yeah, I was sad. You know, I was in shock. And then at some point I got a little bit angry. You know, like, why? Like, why does he have to lose to this guy again? Like, what's going on here? Is he just not meant to beat him? But yeah, I mean, it's been a couple of days, and I went to train today, and I took out my frustrations on the heavy bag. So yeah, I feel a lot better now.
I feel in this, if you're gonna lose your title, this is probably, I mean, there's no great way to lose your championship, right? Your throne. But if you're gonna do it, this is the way. Lose to the guy that's just daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least, like, he cleaned out the division. He carved the path for Pereira to get to this point. So he could hang his hat on that, and he's not done. Like, he could come back, bounce back, and maybe redeem himself down the road. But if you're going to lose, you already lost to this guy. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, and yeah, that's true. And another thing, too, the way the fight ended, I agree with the stoppage. I really do, because, man, the way Izzy was moving his head down low like that. If Mark hadn't stepped in, Izzy was gonna catch a knee right to the dome, and it would have been really, really bad. So since Mark stepped in, he saved Izzy from more damage, and that's less damage they'll have for a potential rematch down the road. And I know you disagree with me saying run it back, and because you're so obsessed with the Sean Strickland fight. By the way, I have to ask, why are you so obsessed with that fight?
It's a tune-up. It's a tune-up. So he cleaned out everyone else. Honestly, if you want Izzy to get a win, that's a lock. I mean, he should be able to beat all these other guys, but I feel like Sean Strickland not only is a fight that he hasn't fought yet, I feel like it's the biggest lead-up you can have to another fight. He gets the win. He shuts up Sean. He's right back in the picture in an easiest possible way.
That's true, but I don't know. I feel like maybe it's because I'm a little bit selfish, but I feel like the UFC is gonna run it back no matter what, especially with what he's been saying. I mean, he said he wants to fight Pereira 2 more times. Beat him, get the belt back, then beat him again. Get double the payback. So we'll see on that.
Here's the thing.
I do 100.
If he fights Pereira again, right? Listen, does he deserve it? Yes. The guy is to clean out the whole division. If anyone deserves it, it's Izzy. But he said he wanted to take a break, right? So I think Izzy should take that break. Let certain things play out. Even if Strickland loses to Cannonier or whatever happens, right? If he takes a fight in between of a guy he could beat and then, dusts off the cobwebs and then fights Pereira again, a little older Pereira, Izzy has a better shot at getting this win. If he jumps right back into the fire right now after getting finished by Pereira in the 5th round, he could lose even worse, and he might damage himself even more. His brain, his mental, like his actual self-esteem, everything could get knocked down a massive step, losing 4 times to Alex Pereira. I don't know how any Izzy fan, I understand it's pride. I know it's you got to give him the respect he deserves, but at the end of the day, you have to think a little clear if you really want to see him get that belt back.
Oh, by all means, he should definitely take a break. I don't think he should fight until the beginning of summer.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's what I think. But, sorry, rapid fire. So, real quick, I do 100% believe that if there is a fight with Pereira, that he will get the dub. Of course, not just because I'm an Izzy fan, because I guarantee you that CKB, they're going to go back. They're going to dissect every minute of that fight. Mm-hmm. This is the longest that he's ever gone with Pereira, so they have a lot more film on him. So they're going to look at all the things that they had success with, and I believe Izzy's going to be able to capitalize better. And yes, Pereira will be better in the rematch, but it still won't be enough. But anyways, I got that out of the way. I'm glad that Zhang Weili beat Carla Esparza. Not because Zhang Weili, I mean, she's such a sweetheart, honestly. And I mean, the improvement she's made in such a short span with her grappling, I mean, it's incredible.
Absolutely.
It really is. And then DP, my man, DP got the win in an amazing fight. It wasn't easy. And honestly, Dustin admitted it. If Chandler had thrown some shots down the pipe, straight punches instead of those crazy looping punches, he might have gotten him out of here. Mm-hmm. In fact, I'll say it. He was on the verge of knocking him out on the 1st round. That was so crazy, but man, yeah,
it was a nutty first round. I tell you, Michael Chandler, anytime he's in a fight, it's fun. But Dustin Poirier proved that he is indeed in line once again for a shot. This guy's crazy. I love the fact that he called out Dariush, though. I love the fact that he didn't say, give me... I mean, because he realistically, Makhachev's tied up with Volkanovski. So fight Benny. That's a great fight.
Oh, yeah, it's an amazing fight. And overall, I mean, this is probably the best card of the year. No question about it. I mean, there were a couple of stinkers. The Hooker-Puelles fight. Not the best way to open up a pay-per-view card. But I'm glad that Hooker got the win. And Moicano, Moicano, I was happy to see him win as well. I got to see him fight live on 271, which coincidentally also had Izzy. He had a great post-fight speech there for the Houston fans, and he had a great speech as well at Madison Square Garden. And he deserves it, especially after that beating it took from RDA.
100%. Yeah.
And well, thanks again. Thank you so much. And for Jess, and just one more thing. Rest in peace to Anthony Johnson. As someone that had a family member that had to go through cancer, I mean, I sympathize with the family, and I hope that they can heal in time. And as for Jesse, I don't know if Jesse's there right now, but you know, I've been through quite a few heartbreaks myself. You know, Aldo losing to Conor, Silva losing to Weidman. Even last year when Amanda Nunes lost to Juliana Pena, she will get through it as a fan. You know, the true fans, you know, you stick around good times and bad times. And who knows, maybe this will all lead to, it'll all be even more sweeter when Izzy does get the belt back.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you very much. You said it all. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much.
Here's Comic Unicorn.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, Comic Unicorn. We got a couple of calls left over here. We'll get through those. And a donation from
Wonderful, wonderful.
3K Studio King.
So what would Jess' brother do if given 1K? Shirt was $100. And Santanosai coming home with the FOF belt, baby.
God knows. God knows. That's going to be a pretty wild stream. We got that turkey twerk donation. Listen, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Next week, we're going to hit the phone stream. The girls are going to be prepping dinner. We have my gay brother-in-law that's going to be taking his shirt off. It's going to get wild. The drinks are going to be flowing. The edibles are going to be eaten. It's going to be absolutely wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Sonosi. Appreciate that. It's a family affair during the holidays. Best community in the world. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Let's see. We'll call Maury back. Let's see if Maury's still on the line. Maury Povich. Let's get Maury Povich on the line. We got two more calls. I see Maury and I see two joints. So we'll get you guys in over here. I think Maury might have tapped out. So we're going to bail on that. And let's end with two joints. Two joints.
Moss.
How you doing,
How
bud?
are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Wonderful. What's going on? What are your thoughts? 281.
Okay, rapid fire, Moss. I got a beef stew cooking and I'm rolling some weed, so I'll keep it short so somebody else can call in.
Okay.
I just want to say Dana's statement about how the fighters should run if they think they're up after the first two rounds. I know you kind of said the same thing, Moss, but I think for the owner to say that about his fighters is kind of a bullshit move. I mean, let's say I paid $80 for that fight card. I want every fucking fight to go as hard and as fast as it can. I don't want to see some guy fucking pull up if he's ahead a little bit. I mean, for me, it's a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I'd like to just see the guy fucking either steamroll him or just keep fighting instead of the whole retreat kind of action. I don't know what your thought is on that, but I mean, when I heard Dana say that, I just thought, oh fuck. I mean, kind of a shitty thing, but I
think because we saw this year, we saw two massive flips in emotions with Kamaru Usman winning his fight, getting knocked out in the final round, and then we see Izzy in the same situation where he's winning his fight and he gets finished because two fighters are, you know, respectfully going out and still fighting. You know, like a lot of respect to that. But then you have to think at the same time, it's like, okay, what would have happened if they got booed, they pumped the brakes and just ran for the final round? You know,
no, you're totally
what
right.
do you do? It's a tough situation. You want to put on a show, but if you put on the show and lose, you lose your pay-per-view points for the next fight. So it's the fighters in a real tough position there.
I totally agree with you, Moss. And then just my last quick rapid fire here. I just think Frankie kind of went a little too far on this last fight. I know we're all men here and we do think like we're invincible, but I think maybe Mrs. Edgar should have sat Frankie down and said, look, you've had a great career. Maybe let's look into something else. But unfortunately, you know, he got the last word, and I just thought it was just a terrible way for him to go out. And having his family right there too, man. I mean, he got fucking crumpled. I mean, it wasn't a long fought, you know, go to a decision and it's a, you know, he lost, you know, by a hair. It was just, you know, I feel bad for Frankie, but I mean, we're men, right? I mean, and another quick thing, and then I'll go, Moss. I hope Dana's got some plans in the works for something, they call it posthumously or something, after people pass away. Like, two guys this year, man. Like, Theodore was a super young guy, and same with Rumble. I just kind of hope Dana's got it in his heart to really kind of come up with maybe with a wall of fame for these fallen fighters that have given everything they have for his corporation. So I just want to say, if complaints right now, you got to look at shit like that and go, okay, it's not that bad. And shout out to the guy, the last guy that called. He went through that stuff too. So just everybody think about today and not worry about tomorrow, and just be good to each other. And that's the end of my call, Moss. I've had enough.
All right, Sonosi. I was Sonosi. 2 joints. I call you Sonosi. I don't know.
That's a compliment, by the way. Thank you.
I'm calling you Sonosi. Thank you, 2 joints. Appreciate that. Be good, man.
Yep.
Look at that, 2 joints with some nice words at the end. Yeah, you know, life is very, very short. Very short. I would imagine the UFC is going to do something. They got to do something at the end of the year and show some respect to both of those guys. Both good guys. I know they were outside of the UFC afterwards, but you know, you think about Elias Theodoro, what he's done with medical marijuana. Actually, both. You know what's scary? Both guys were heavy into the marijuana world. Is marijuana killing people? Like, what's going on here? Both guys were massively, like, I think of Theodoro, he was hardcore with the marijuana, died way too young. And then you got fucking Rumble Johnson with the marijuana. It's kind of freaking me out. You know, think about it. They're both like, Rumble retired to start up a fucking marijuana company. Elias Theodoro was leading the charge. It's something to throw out there. You never know. But anyway, you know, enough of the conspiracies. Both guys way too young. Way, 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 way too young. Oh, here we go. Maury's back in the mix. Maury, you there, bud?
Yo, how you doing, bro?
How's it going, buddy?
I'm good, and you?
I'm well. I'm wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Hey, so I'm happy that Adesanya finally lost, man. This division almost died like this weekend, man. If Adesanya would have found a way to win again, and to be fair, it was a very he didn't do the boring thing, but he still tried it though. Like in a way, I feel like what you said earlier, when Pereira, I believe he checked Izzy, and when he slipped like that, I believe that fucked Izzy's mobility in the fight. When he slipped backwards like that off the check from the kick.
You know, good
and then
point.
He fell backwards.
Yes, good point. It was a check. Yeah, we mentioned it the night of. That's right. It wasn't actually a leg kick from Pereira. It was a check when he stumbled. You're right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then that's why I believe Izzy couldn't run anymore. He could try, but it doesn't matter when your shin is checked like that. I believe it doesn't matter how fast Adesanya would have ran, Pereira would have kept up with him. But if he hadn't got checked, he would have been able to, mobility-wise, avoid the punches.
You know, I'm glad you bring that up.
That's why I feel like he was limited.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad you bring that up because Izzy was saying that too, how they're going leg kick for leg kick. It was the check. That's when he stumbled and messed up his leg.
I feel like even before that, maybe his leg was hurt, but it wasn't as compromised. Like, his mobility was still there. But that check, when he stumbled back like that, I feel like even the confidence in Pereira, like, yeah, his leg is fucked. He can't avoid me anymore. I could close the distance.
They eventually should. They count total strikes, significant head, body, legs, right? They should count checking of kicks. I feel like it's like you see guys breaking, like wrapping their leg around another fighter because of checks. It's very effective. I feel that that should negate the other side because so many times you see guys landing a ton of leg kicks and then half of them getting checked and no one cares about it. But it does. It does damage to the aggressive opponent. I think they should throw that in there because you've seen it over and over and over again. It works. It's effective. It did change the momentum of that fight when it came to the strategy of Adesanya. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. And I'm so proud of Pereira for closing the distance and finishing that fight as well. Like, even when the previous caller, Two Joints, was saying about, Dana was saying Adesanya should run and whatnot. That's not good for cards anyways. Like, saying that kind of stuff. Like, fair enough, maybe for the win, I understand. Everybody understands that. But for a fan's perspective, as the owner of the organization, I feel like you shouldn't give those kind of messages as well. When Adesanya was back... Yeah, go ahead.
It contradicts everything that Dana White says You know,
Yeah.
in other situations, you got to fight. You got to get to the bell to bell. You know, if you want to win, you want to get the bonus. You want this and that. Like he'll say things like that. He'll give the pre-fight speeches, and then he just contradicts himself and says, "Well, maybe you should have taken that round off. You would have won." I think that's I think that's why people are kind of getting all up in arms when Dana says things like that.
Yeah, and I'm proud of Pereira as well because even when Izzy was trying to clinch, right? They were exchanging, and Izzy to avoid to try to last the round, he kept trying to clinch up. And I'm so proud of how Pereira was avoiding the clinch, ducking his head, and just blasting, ducking his head and just blasting, avoiding the clinch every time, and that exchange. So I was happy that finally the division gets reignited.
Sure, I'm with you. I'm happy as well.
Yeah, and even though I'm a Dustin hater, like it is what it is. Like Dustin got the W. The thing that I would say why I appreciate Dustin more than Izzy, I hate two guys. I hate Dustin and I hate Izzy. But why I appreciate Dustin more than Izzy is because Dustin brings the fights, and he like as much as I'm a Conor guy and a Dustin hater, but hate him or love him or hate him, Dustin brings the fight. And with Izzy, like the division also, the kind of structure of the division was fucked. If he beats Pereira, nobody's beating Izzy in that division, like unless Shamaev went up, and he's already booked against Colby and whatnot. So yeah, I'm happy. The card was good. Dustin got the win, but Izzy lost, so it made up the card for me. And yeah, finally the middleweight division gets reignited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Maury. Hey, man, you made some good points, okay?
Yeah.
Now get out of
for
here.
sure.
I'll see you later. There he is. Maury. I like Maury. He actually, you know, the checking of the kick, I'm kind of bummed. It was something that was in my head. It was something that I brought up the night of, and I don't know why it slipped my mind today. I'm a little cloudy. I'm off my game. That's a very good point. That check was the momentum changer. Now, even though that happened, Izzy was aware enough to go for the takedowns and adjust and still execute a very nice game plan. This close to winning the fight. 5th round happens, and everything changes. The Knitter slipping in. All right, this will be the final call here. The Knitter on the line.
Hello, Chris.
How you doing, Annie?
Hello.
How you doing, Annie? How you doing?
Oh, wonderful.
Nice.
Hanging in there.
Wonderful.
Nice. So Mike is feeling a little better, or what's going on with him?
A little better. He's got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So.
Okay. You know, everyone's getting the Rona again. My fucking parents have it. I feel like trash today. Today I had a bad day. I had like a 4-hour nap like in the middle of the day where I just couldn't get myself together. So I think everyone's getting sick, man. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, to me today, I guess because helping taking care of him and doing everything, and I just exhausted. I just slept.
We all got to take care of ourselves here. Too much craziness going on.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope it's not that Rona shit. I hope it's just bronchitis.
Yeah.
Because we've had that before too, but I don't know. But I hope it isn't that. Stuff's nasty.
I hope
Any
not
of
too.
it's.
Well, I'm glad he's I'm glad he wants to get that vagina he's talking about, you know? Must be doing better.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you he's feeling better.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
All right. So what do you think, Ann? Final call of the evening. It's good to hear your beautiful voice. What do you think about 281? Any thoughts?
I liked the fight card. It was very good. Yes, it didn't disappoint. I like that. There was other than Izzy losing, that was kind of a shock. I mean, I didn't expect that. Maybe a lot of people did. I don't know. Maybe I think he got maybe a little bit in his head, but like everybody's saying, Adesanya was winning. Izzy was winning. You know, and I think he just wanted to go in there and not sit, in the 5th round and not do anything, because I don't think he wanted to do that. He wanted to prove something. And, hey, respect, he tried, but for it just happened. And like you said, like everybody brought up already, because I'm the last caller, heard everybody, that check. And kick, it looked like it did bother him. And yeah, it might have done something. I'm not saying that's an excuse, for him, losing the belt. I'm not trying to say that or anything. But it definitely hurt him, because he took advantage of that. I saw that right away.
Yeah.
And he stumbled. So that probably helped right there, maybe kind of. But no excuse, but I think he'll be back. I'm just not sure Pereira. I mean, no offense to him. He might get better by next time get a little improvement. But I think he's just a one-show pony. I don't think he's, other than the power in his hand, he doesn't really show, I don't know, two-punch potential. I don't know. I don't think he could probably defend it if he fought Izzy again right away, back to back. But maybe, like you said, let Izzy kind of sit out and let somebody else fight him. But I think he's like a Carla. I think he'll lose it.
Well, yeah, you have a lot of options. You got a lot of outcomes. So now with Pereira winning, it makes things interesting. It does. There's so many different scenarios you could put together.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I hope. I mean, he might improve. I don't know. You know, he just seems like he's got the same kind of style. I mean, he really wasn't. I mean, I don't think he was moving too much when it seemed like Izzy had him. You know, like he definitely had him. You know, he knew he was picking him apart. We saw that on the scorecards. But yeah, it's there. I'm sure he'll be back. They'll both do whatever they got to do. So it would be an interesting, again, to see those two fight again. Definitely.
Very good.
And
very good.
yep. And Edgar. Yeah, poor Edgar. That sucked. And Chandler, I have respect for Chandler, but now, you know, I know everybody, or if they do it where the refs and everybody can't see it. If you're gonna cheat, cheat where everybody can't see it. I mean, because of how the camera angles are now, I could even see that with the hooking and all that stuff. You could see it because the better, you know, everybody's got the good TVs now, and you're right there. But yeah, I
don't blame Dustin for getting pissed off at him. Like he's like, come on, bro. And I don't blame Chandler for cheating. I don't blame him either, because when you're in a fight like that, your fucking nose is falling off your face. Like it's fight or flight, you know.
But come on, it's happened to others too, and I haven't seen them obviously try to do that. But I mean,
I gotta be honest with you, I would cheat too, 100%. Like if I'm getting, like, because I think about this anytime I've been into a fight. Anything, or even if it was just me wrestling with my brother, I cheat. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, I don't want to lose. And now I'm thinking highest of levels, biggest, like everything on the line. You got a stadium of people screaming and yelling, blood's falling out of your nose. You just want to make sure you do everything you possibly can to get out of this situation. So I don't blame Chandler for doing it. I don't blame Poirier for being angry. It is what it is. It's a fight, you know?
Well, me too. I don't like to lose either. I hate losing. My mother brought me up that way. We were both like that. God, I hate to lose, but I'm not sure if I would cheat though. Come on,
yeah, you would, Ann. You would kick someone right in the pussy, right? You would fish hook someone's vagina, and we know it.
Okay, yeah, I probably would.
That's right,
yeah.
Ann. Fess up.
I would make sure though no one could see that.
I would shove your toes right in someone's vagina and just and hook it. You know, Ann, what you would do. That's right.
Off me. There you go. That's what you happen from wearing your shorts so your outfit's so tight.
Yes.
God, don't give me laughing now. Yeah, those were good fights. They were good fights.
Good card, yeah.
You know, Hooker. I couldn't believe you told me. You were saying that you weren't gonna pick Hooker to win, but
yeah,
you know.
I don't know what I was doing. I had a complete brain fart. There was 2 fights that I had, like 3 fights on this card that I just completely brain fart. I'm just glad I didn't put my money behind it. Like, I'm just so glad I didn't, because that would have been horrific for me. But yeah, I mean, actually, no, I did put my money behind this one. What am I talking about? Yeah, complete a clusterfuck of a prediction and a bet. But thankfully, I put my safety bets in play to make me want money. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. You know what happened? I think I just saw the face off, and I was just like, all right, kids, he's got the submissions, he's got the swag. Maybe he can get it done. I wasn't thinking too clear. This was a dud for me for sure.
Yeah, he didn't. That guy, Williams, I can't even pronounce his name. Didn't show. I didn't think he was that good. Hooker was like, get up.
Yeah.
That was getting kind of laughable there. I was watching and going, dude, what are you doing?
It was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. I just want to erase this fight from my memory. It's just like the fight, the prediction, everything about it was just a mess for me. Like, I just got to get it out of my head. It's crazy. But good on Hooker, man. He won a fight that he was the favorite in, and he got back in the win column. So massive win for him.
Yeah, that was a good one for him. Definitely. He definitely, like you said, he needed it. And I just had this feeling. He looked really good. I mean, I've always liked Hooker. You know, he had a little bit of bad run there. Hopefully he can keep it going. I hope so, because I like the guy I always have. I've known him for quite a while. He's on the Twitter, one of the first people that followed me on Twitter for UFC. So it's pretty cool.
There you go.
So he's a good guy. Yeah, it was just the fights were good. I wasn't bored, that's for sure.
No. Yeah, no way you can be bored. I mean, that night was wild. That was a wild night. It was good stuff. Even with Izzy with the takedowns and stuff like that. I was like, here we go. Like, it was just, it got interesting. You know, it got really interesting. So. Yeah,
and then, Carla, I knew it. I just knew it. I told you. Everybody, she gets the belt. She can't defend.
Well, I mean,
she loses.
I gotta give Zhang Weili credit. I think Weili is she's so in the zone right now. Like, I don't know many people that could beat her. You know, so she 115 is just locked for her. Even with Rose, I feel like, you know, Rose got that one win. I don't see it ever happening again. Zhang is on she's on a crash course for Shevchenko.
Yeah, that would be a good fight, but that would be a really interesting fight. That would. I like Bullet, so yeah, I'd be rooting for the Bullet. But yeah, that would be an interesting fight. I don't really want to see Rose fight me. I mean, I don't want it, but is there really that many up there for her to fight?
There's not. No, that's why it's like you gotta think, or she might have to move. You know what's interesting about Zhang? When she was the champion, people were yelling for her to fight Shevchenko. That was the wrong time. She wasn't completely full. She wasn't full powered. You know, she still had things to sharpen up. This version of Zhang is a whole different animal. Now, I'm not saying she's going to beat Shevchenko, but I feel like it's a way better fight now. You know, when she first did it, people were like, oh, Zhang Weili's got to fight Shevchenko. That's the fight, super fight, blah, blah, blah. This is a better, more polished version of Weili Zhang that I think we got very lucky with.
Yep. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it'd be an interesting fight. I'd like to see it. And as we've noticed, a lot of the champs are people have been losing this year, so who knows? And if it's a super fight, yeah, it's good. I think it would be a good fight. Yeah, it's like you said, she's definitely a lot better and more improvement on her, and she's not gonna, nobody's gonna walk on her. I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight.
No.
The Bullet's tough son of a bitch, but so is Weili. But they're both about the same height, right?
Yeah, it's only an inch difference. I thought Shevchenko was a little taller. And Shevchenko looks beatable now. Like she I mean, listen, she's still dominating, but she still looks like, okay, there's holes. There's holes in the game. And God, if China has a champ in 2 divisions, double champ, oh my God. Dude, I mean, it's just insane. Dana White's got to be like foaming at the mouth to put that thing together.
Moss, you make me horny.
Ooh, well, thank you, Mike. Let me fish hook your anus right now. Let me fish hook you, Mike.
He's gonna fit. Watch out!
Let me fish hook your anus.
I got competition.
All right. Well, I'm glad he feels better. And rest up. And
I've been trying to take care of him, and I'm putting X. Stay away. I don't want to get this crap again.
I don't blame you.
As he's dying in the background now, coughing his guts up. Yeah. I wasn't trying to be mean to him. I go, no offense, honey. I'm getting this stuff or his food and bringing stuff to him. I'm like, shh, spraying the Lysol and everything. Shh, hand sanitizer. Nothing against you, honey. I'm not even getting anywhere near him. We're separated. I can't get sick again. I can't get that or whatever the hell it is, because that was 2 months.
Yeah.
It took to get over this crap, and it still lingers there, here and there. My asthma's a little worse with it, and I just No, it sounds mean, guys. I'm sorry. I'm still taking care of him. I check in on him. I love him. It's like
you're a good woman. Well, listen, Mike's lucky to have you. You're lucky to have Mike. We're lucky to have both of you. Okay.
You're lucky to have Jessie, and she didn't try to kill you when Izzy lost.
Nope, she handled it like a true loser. No, no, she handled it well. She did.
I so sad because I know how she feels, because I always with Cowboy and everybody, with me. But I know how she feels. Poor Izzy. He'll be back. I just felt sorry for her because everything Like you said, the look on her face, I feel for her. I know how she's feeling. I know she'll get better and she'll be better. He's going to come back and she'll get over it and everybody will kind of chill out. But at least Izzy didn't get knocked completely out.
Yeah. I honestly, I think Izzy could hang his hat on a solid performance. You know, he got clipped and finished, but at the same time, there is a lot of pluses you can take from that fight as an Izzy fan, and there's still hope for him to get that belt back in some way. Maybe it's not through Pereira, maybe it's another person holding the belt. I don't know, but he can get back there. It's not impossible for him to rise back up.
We shall see.
Okay, Ann. Well, listen, thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
All right, love all you MMA holes. You guys are the best. Chris and Jesse, love you. You guys are the best. And little Ellie.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye, Ann. There's Ann H. calling in. The mother hen, the 7% queen, the knitter. All right, guys. It was good hanging out with you guys tonight. I really did appreciate your company once again. I hope you guys avoid any illness or anything out there. Navigate around. It's the time of the year where everyone gets sick and sniffles and all that stuff. Stay healthy. Eat your vegetables. Eat your vaginas. Suck the dick. And we'll see you on Wednesday night. Let's see if our guest confirmed. We will have somebody Wednesday night. And, all right, we'll see. I'll work on that. But, yeah, Wednesday night we'll be back on this channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday for Fuqua Friday. Fuqua Friday's been fire lately. And Saturday early for the Lewis versus... What am I saying, Brunson? Lewis versus Derek Brunson? What the heck's wrong with me? Derek Lewis... Sergey Spivak going down early on a Saturday. So we'll be having some breakfast with the boys. Thank you to our sponsors. Appreciate it very much for them contributing and supporting the show. And if you are interested in any of these products, you need the discounts, we got it for you. If you buy these products, it supports us as well. So CBDX.com, promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off. Not CBD, THC products. It's just called CBDX.com. But it's THC. You'll get high. 21 plus or older to purchase. And first order, you get something free from the peeps by using our code. Promo code MMA-HOLES for MMA-HOLES for mybookie.ag. 100% matching your first deposit. Sheath underwear, 20% off the undies. MMA-HOLES, sheath underwear, and head rush. 20% off. MMA-HOLES. Links to Sheath and Head Rush in the description. MyBookie.ag is the website for MyBookie, and CBDX.com is the website to fry your brain cells. Thank you, Julian Lane, for coming back on the show tonight. Thank you guys for the generous donations. D-Rest, you're a champion. And Death. That's it. Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.